welcome everybody here to 446 Sports production of Tioga Indian football, brought to you by Kingstop Chevron and 28 East Chevron. Look, I am a proud supporter here tonight. It's a big game on a Thursday night here at the reservation. I am Billy French alongside my partner Thomas Scully and, of course, our producer Shane Henry. Coach, we got a Thursday night matchup that's going to be fun. It was a great game last year at Wossman. Tioga comes out of that with the loss in their first year in this district realignment, and Wossman gets to come to Tioga this year, and there's some more redemption coming here on this Tioga team.
You know, it sounds like that's been the story all season long. You know, Tioga's had such a tough season, but to be able to start out in those first 5 games like we have, and then to turn around in open district against a Wossman and Coach John DeReese, his first year, former LSU, former Denver Broncos player, now the head coach at Wossman, coming from Denham Springs last year, brings in a very talented team. Offensively, they're going to have many weapons. Defensively, they're going to be young, kind of similar to the story we had last week at Gina. But what an exciting night, the only ball game in town. So
that's it.
It's going to be fun. The stands are already filling up. Awesome tailgate out there. I'll let you tell about it, but I've never been a part of that. But what a tremendous thing Tioga community does before a game like this.
Yeah, we got churches out there with jumpers. We have people giving away. Had a guy on a mic hollering free nachos. We had some phenomenal drinks here to get us ready for it. Not that kind of drinks, ladies and gentlemen. We're family friendly here. Had some good drinks, of course, food. There's so many people down there. This is what the community does here at Tioga Ward 10 community. And you're right, tons of people coming into this game here. Big matchup. This is a district opener here at the reservation. Always a big deal. But talking a little bit about last week going down to Gina, and man, what an atmosphere that was. It was pumped up. We were on top outside. We were really sitting amongst the Gina faithful here. They liked us at the beginning. They didn't like us so much towards the end, but Gina and Tioga always play each other really tough. Tioga gets to win 45-26, and starting off with the scoring last week, of course, for the second week in a row, we go 3 and out in the first series. Gina goes down there with a 1-yard touchdown run. Then Kenny Ponche comes back and scores a touchdown. Field goal by Ethan Bridges, then a 4-yard run by Gina. And then we kind of took over. That Curvin Johnson in the third quarter, 35-yard pass from Case Malone. Curvin Johnson, a 56-yard rush. You're going to hear that theme a lot happening. Curvin Johnson. Then a 77-yard pass from Gina. Curvin had just set out of the game to get a break. Got beat over the top. Then Kenny runs another touchdown. And look, the score it shows a little bit bigger than what it was. The defense really stepped up in that second half. And that's been the kind of the mantra of this Tioga defense led by Coach Mooter is we figure things out real quick at the beginning, and then we just kind of set and start really hitting really hard.
Yeah, he does. And we had a great conversation at halftime after they came back out of the break, and his goal was to get 2 or 3 stops in that second half. And he said, we've got to force them to pass. And that's exactly what they did. So the changes that they did at halftime and the things that they did to slow down that Gina high potent offense, they were able to do it. And like he said, we need 1 or 2 stops to give our offense a chance to get 1 or 2 scores so we can get up 3 or 4 scores on them. And they did exactly that. But you're right. They've done that the whole season where they've made adjustments. Maybe the defense was out there longer than they needed to. But, boy, when they come out of halftime, what a difference that the defense has been able to do. Offensively, Case had a typical night as the captain. He was 11 for 20, 252, 2 touchdown passes. His longest being a 73-yarder to no one else but Curvin. Kenny Ponche had 24 rushes for 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. His longest was 33, and he's always known for giving us one big long one, and then the rest he's going to be the workhorse all night long, and that's exactly what he did. Curvin, though, first time he's been in the backfield, he touched the ball twice for 57 yards and a touchdown, his longest being 56. And believe it or not, that was the difference maker in the game right there. That kind of put the momentum on our side, and we kept that momentum all night long. And then, of course, Case had 6 carries for 16 yards. Receiving-wise, Curvin was 7 catches for 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, which on the season now gives him 9 touchdowns on the season, where Kenny's got 11 touchdowns on the season. And, of course, Christian Isles, 4 catches for 49 yards. And, again, once again, a big reception in that game to move the chains on a third down. And that's Christian's been that go-to guy in the clutch where when Case is being chased out of the pocket, he finds a way to find Christian. And so what a great game. No doubt it was the best atmosphere I've been a part of in a long time. So, again, being back home, we've been on the road for 3 weeks now, but to be able to come back home on a Thursday night, like I said earlier, the stands are filling in, student section, the band's already on the field warming up. So, again, what a great way to finish the non-district. That's phase 1. Go 4-1. Now we come into phase 2 where you're really 0-0, and I know Coach Christmas is down there telling the Indians that right now, hey, look, we're starting 0-0. District season's here. Let's still go win that district championship. Let's bring it back to the reservation, and very interested to see what happens tonight.
Absolutely, as we're about getting ready to get underway. Shout out to our buddies over there at Quibido's right now. Quibido's is live streaming the game here tonight so you can go over there and get you a steak on steak night. Go say hi to Antonio and the crew. Tell them 446 Sports sent you. Watch the game, and then, of course, cheer us on and get you a good meal. Of course, normally we have our coaches show here on Thursday night at Quibido's. But being that we're playing on Thursday night, they said they'll just go ahead and have the game live streamed over there while people are eating steaks. And then next week, we're having our homecoming, and we're going to do that at Tioga High School. But as we do that, of course, Quibido's is going to come by and bring us some food. We're going to talk to Antonio a little bit. We're going to talk to a lot of people next week during the homecoming parade. We're going to have dance line. We're going to have cheerleaders. We're going to have junior high coaches, high school coach. We're going to have a whole group. We're going to get to really meet a lot of the community and have a good time at the reservation, at the columns next week here before we get ready for homecoming week here. Again, Tioga comes into this game 4-1. Wossman comes into this game 3-2. Our only loss, of course, is the opening game of the year against the defending state champion Sterlington. And, of course, Wossman comes in 3-2 as they lose to Ouachita Parish, a good 5A school. And, of course, Iowa, who we talked to Coach Chrisman earlier in the year that they might be on the schedule next year with us.
Yep.
And so a great time going to be ready to have is we're going to go ahead and turn the camera because you're not here to watch us. You're here to watch the game. So we're going to turn that camera here in just a moment. We're going to turn that to the field, get ready for the prayer and the national anthem, and then we'll get ready for kickoff. This is a 446 Sports production of Tioga Indian football, brought to you by Kingstop Chevron and 28 East Chevron, our proud title sponsors here. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
At Alexandria Solutions, we believe every strong community starts with healthy minds and healthy families. That's why we're proud to stand alongside Tioga High School as a corporate sponsor. We're here to support the Tioga Indians from the classroom to the playing field, because when students succeed, our whole community thrives. At Alexandria Solutions, we provide compassionate care for mental health and addiction. No referral is needed to make an appointment, and we accept most insurances, because getting help should be simple. Alexandria Solutions, proud to support the Tioga Indians and proud to serve our community. Go Indians! Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today, and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 28 East Chevron, Kingstop, Fuel Plus, Ball Chevron, and Cougar Stop.
Welcome back, everybody, here. This is a 446 Sports production of Tioga Indian football, brought to you by Kingstop Chevron and 28 East Chevron. Again, my name is Billy French, alongside Coach Thomas Scully and our producer, Shane Henry. We are about getting ready, about 10 minutes from kickoff, and we're going to turn it over to Coach Scully. He's going to give you our Tioga Indians starters of the game.
Tonight on offense, starting quarterback, number 17, the captain, Case Malone. At running back, number 21, Kenny Ponche. At the H-back tonight, number 15, A.J. Adams. At one wide out, number 10, Angelo Shelton. At the other wide out, number 1, Kervin Johnson. And in the slot tonight, the flex, number 19, Christian Isles. Starting offensive lineup tonight for the Indians. At center, Tucker Landry. Right guard, Hayden Laborde. Right tackle, Narada Roy. Left guard, Maxwell Byard. And at left tackle, Mario Jacobs. That's your offensive starting lineup for the Tioga Indians. Defensively, like we've done all year long, I list all of the linemen because they all rotate out all night long. So Javian Champion, Wesley Sherman, A.J. Adams, Tucker Landry, Chase Thomas, Terry Fogelman, and Tarver Landry. Those are the anchors down in the front. At linebacker, Kenny Ponche and Joe Rose will alternate. Cohen Henry and Bryson Fall are your other two linebackers. At corners, Angelo Shelton, Karlinski Lloyd, and your safeties, Jackson Tarver and Kervin Johnson. That's your starting defensive lineup for your Tioga Indians.
As we're getting ready here, 8 minutes, 14 seconds left. You can hear in the background our PA announcer, Miss Holly Pace. We'll talk to her next week at the show at the Columns as well. As Tioga, you've seen them coming out, Tioga in the black on black with the red writing and the white trim with the white hats here. As we're going to go ahead and turn it over, we're going to let you hear the prayer and the national anthem brought to you by the Band of Indians. Again, this is a 446 sports production of Tioga Indians football. Stay tuned as we get ready for kickoff.
Briscoe, Captain Alyssa Kennedy, Captain Kyra Bond, and First Lieutenant Camden Thompson. The color guard is commanded by Command Sergeant Major Jonathan Van Gossen. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given this evening by Student Body President Ellie Reed, and remain standing for the presentation of our national colors.
Success, safety, strength, and endurance for the Tioga Indians. I pray in Jesus' name that this game is safe for every player and both teams involved. I pray that you lead the football teams to play to the best of their ability and reflect you on the field, to reflect your kindness, determination, and sportsmanship. I pray that everyone gives their maximum effort and you would prepare the players, the plays, the coaches, and refs to all do their best, to all do their jobs their very best. Love you, God. I pray that everyone is safe on and off the field and a successful game and a win. And in Jesus' name, amen.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Toomey Ingram Field, here the reservation here at Tioga High School. Your Tioga Indians come in and get ready to start district play against the Wossman Wildcats. Again, Tioga comes in 4-1. Wossman coming in at 3-2. District opener, only game in Central Louisiana here tonight. And, man, we are excited for this great, great atmosphere here at Tioga. We talked a little bit about it during pregame, Coach. The atmosphere out there with the community, the event that we had tons of food trucks, had all kind of games and stuff for everybody to play. Man, it was just a fun tailgating party here down at the reservation.
It was. It started at 5:30. Everybody talked about it. You couldn't get another vehicle on the home side after 5:15. So, again, being able to see that last week at Gina and then bring that over here, and you got all the food trucks here set up. Instead of having to worry about tailgating and cooking yourself, all the food trucks are out here. And they had so many different things going on. The churches had some fun jumps out there. They were giving things away. A great opportunity, again, kid friendly. So it's a great atmosphere leading right into homecoming next week. So again, a lot of things going on in the community. Just a unique situation out there on the home side tonight before the first district game of the season.
Shout out to our buddy David Jones here. Gave us some good old food. Look, he cooks for us every home game, and we appreciate David for what he does. He doesn't have to do that. Look, he always tells me, he's like, look, I cook a lot, buddy. He said, but I have to hide some for you guys because those football players eat up all the food. But we always appreciate David Jones for hooking us up and always taking care of us here. Look, I think they like us. At least we know that because they keep feeding us. If they're going to feed you, that means they like you.
Yeah, they do. They're just adding the weight back on that we're trying to lose here.
You've been on vacation for 2 weeks anyway.
Shane was talking about this. He said, man, I have to get to the gym, man. It's a long walk up here. Plus, I know my food's up here, so I can't wait to eat. So that's what we were talking about off the air earlier. So, yeah, no doubt. No, they take care of us and do an excellent job here. But, look, no doubt about it, this is what we're here for, the showdown between the Wossman Wildcats and the Tioga Indians as the captains come to the middle of the field.
It's the Javion Champion and Cohen Henry for Tioga. And then you've got Major. And as soon as they get out of the way, we'll look at, we got also number 5, that's Griffin. Number 99, of course, that is Whitlock. And then can't see who that 4th one is for the Wossman Wildcats. Number 3 there, that is going to be Taylor Jr., Reginald Taylor Jr. are the captains here. As we are just about underway here at the reservation. Thursday night football. Look, some people are at home on the TV watching the NFL tonight, and they can have all that if they want. But I think this Tioga Wossman game is going to be a whole lot better than what's being played on television here tonight, as the Eagles and the Giants play, So.
That's right. And the Indians have won the toss, and they are receiving.
Setting the tone earlier. Are you ready?
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, football fans across Central Louisiana, now is the moment you've all been waiting for. It is game time. Tioga, 4-1 record coming into this ball game. District play against the Wossman Wildcats, and a big win last year for the Wossman Wildcats as their first year in this district. And Tioga wanting to make a case here and show them how we play here at the reservation. Again, this high-powered Tioga offense led by senior quarterback Case Malone having himself a year. Now, there's been some sickness going around here at Tioga. A lot of the players getting sick early on and coming back. No excuse. At the end of the day, we got to play the game just like it's being played here tonight. So I'm excited to see what happened. Thanks. A big shout out to Dripsy. Has been the biggest help for this Tioga football team this week, and we'll leave it at that. Vitamin IV therapy, Dripsy IV. So thank you guys. They're not even a sponsor of us right now.
Nope.
But a huge shout out to them for what they did for this Tioga football team.
Absolutely, getting these guys ready. That every program has felt it this year with the flu bug, and Tioga is no exception, where they had 7 or 8 out this week and hit pretty hard. But again, as we get ready to see this high-powered offense, Case is coming into the game, 60 pass completions, 101 attempts for 1,086, almost a 60% completion with 11 touchdowns. And we'll continue after we get this ball kicked off.
Here we go. Tioga getting to receive here. That's going to be Long is the kicker for Wossman. And here goes the kick, and it's a line drive, and they're going to kick it right at Karlinski Lloyd. Karlinski cuts to the outside, stiff arms one, still on his feet, rolls around to the backside. Karlinski's finding a hole. Karlinski up to the 35, to the 40, and finally drugged down about that 40-yard line. But boy, did Karlinski make something out of nothing right there and gets an extra 20 yards.
Well, you don't go to sleep on Karlinski. He's done that before where he's come all the way to one side, reversed the field, and we've actually seen him return one on the same way. But what a great stop right there by number 14. That's the Terriance Long for Wossman to get the
That was a kicker.
That was a kicker.
Yeah.
And Tioga will get the ball at the 41-yard line.
Here we go, 1st and 10 here. Tioga Indians, 11:44, getting ready to start this ball game here at the reservation, Toomey Ingram Field here at Tioga High School. We got a packed house. You can see there's people still filling in from the community day downstairs that started at about 5:30 today. Here we go. One receiver at the bottom of your screen. That's Angelo Shelton. Top is Curvin Johnson. They hand it off to Kenny. Kenny flips it to Curvin Johnson, and Curvin just plants his foot, and watch the explosiveness from Curvin Johnson to the 30, and finally pushed out of bounds by number 4 Hargrove, and another big play. Coach Landry had that one dialed up for a while, buddy.
Well, you know, I got to talk to Coach Landry since I've been off for 2 weeks. I got to talk to him before the game, and he said, Coach, we're going to do something we haven't done all year and put a little wrinkle in before at the first play of the game. So there's the wrinkle. So, again, Curvin does what Curvin does as we start fast.
Here we go. This time they hand it off to Ponche. Ponche goes left and gets right back up the middle and still on his feet and finally drugged down about the 17-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and probably around 7. Let's see where they get that spot there. No, they're going to say he was 17-yard line. Here we go. It'll be 2nd down and about 5 to 6 yards here for Tioga. Case Malone in the shotgun. Ponche to his right. Curvin Johnson and Christian Isles at the top. They're looking for Curvin. Curvin's got single coverage to the top. Catch! Touchdown, Tioga! Curvin Johnson from Case Malone.
Well, that's the other thing we talked about in the pregame. They said he felt like they were going to go man on him, play too high safety. You can't play man-to-man against Curvin Johnson. He's 6'4". He can jump out of the gym. Everybody knows that. All-district basketball, all-district football guy. So, once again, Curvin, it's Malone to Curvin to start the game. And Tioga, just like that, 6-0 with 10:58 left here in the first quarter.
Ethan Bridges comes on for the extra point. Christian Isles is the holder here. So, Tioga strikes fast and quick here. As here comes the snap from Tucker Landry. Hold by Christian Isles, kick by Ethan Bridges is good. 10:58. Didn't take a whole lot of time off the play. First pass from Case Malone is a 17-yard touchdown pass to Curvin Johnson. We'll keep it here as well. And that's what that Tioga offense does. They score quick. And I know this Tioga defense is ready to set something up here as Coach Mooter has been chomping at the bits all week for this one.
Well, I got to speak with him earlier, too. But let's talk about this first drive. Curvin Johnson, 35-yard run on that reverse. And that was a run play. So 3 touches that he's touched the ball. He almost has 150 yards rushing. And then he catches that 17-yard touchdown pass to give him his 10th touchdown pass. And now he goes over 700 yards receiving on the season. So, again, and he's ranked number 2 in the state. So
number 1 in touchdowns, but yes, in receiving yards, yes, sir.
So, again, big things for that Tioga offense to start right here in the first possession with almost 2 minutes, or not even 2 minutes left off the clock, a little bit over a minute, actually, and we already put it in the end zone here to start this game.
Here we go. Ethan Bridges will kick the ball off to the Wossman Wildcats here, and Ethan's been able to put it deep whenever he needs to as far as putting something over the head, and there it is right there. Beautiful kick by Ethan Bridges. Such a huge weapon to have in special teams here. 10:58 left here in this first quarter. We'll keep it here as well. Appreciate all of our sponsors here at 446 Sports. Of course, our title sponsor is Kingstop Chevron and 28 East Chevron, proud title sponsors of your Tioga Indians. Appreciate Quibidos, our buddies over at Quibidos. I know they're watching. I know they should have got excited off that first drive by the Indians. As Curvin Johnson scores the touchdown from the pass of Mr. Case Malone. And so thank y'all to Quibidos there. We'll see y'all next week when Antonio comes to the columns with us for the homecoming show. Here we go. Wossman. Look at that spread offense by this Wossman team here. And it's going to be a lot of one-on-one coverage, especially with our linebackers and safeties here. Man in motion is number 5. And here we go. Quick pass to the outside and hit immediately by guess who? Kervin Johnson with the tackle for the Indians.
One of the things that Wossman does is when they get into that bunch formation or they get out wide, they try to run that little quick screen. And again, Kervin playing press man on the number 1 receiver out wide. He was able to get under him because he was the one catching the pass. They couldn't get out there and block him. So great job right there by Kervin.
Going to bring up second down after a loss of about 3 yards there. 2nd and 13. Long is the quarterback for Wossman. He also was the one that was kicking and made that tackle on special teams as well. Long drops back to lefty. He hands that one off. Cuts back up, runs to his own guy, but then there is that trenches by this defensive line of Tioga, who's been so good all season long. And that looks to be our buddy, Mr. Cohen Henry, wrapping up ankles early on.
Cohen, champion. It looked like Chase was in there, and it also, I'm not sure if it's Fogelman or if it's one of the Landry boys, but great job right there by the interior and Cohen on that tackle.
A.J. Adams, yep.
A.J., yep, okay. And they'll go no huddle as well, so they're going to play pretty fast, but they're not playing fast and wide like we do.
Here we go, 3rd down here. They picked up about 1 yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 12 now for the Wossman Wildcats. Long in the shotgun, one running back to his left, and he drops back looking to throw. He rolls out to his right side, and it looks like he's going to run. And cuts back, and man, what a good move. Still on his feet, breaking tackles. He's going on the house from 30, being chased down by Tarver, and into the end zone, and touchdown, Wossman.
Well, this is what Coach Muter and I talked about. He was worried about 14, which is the quarterback Long. He's only a sophomore, and he talked about if he got outside the box that he's going to be hard to bring down. He's got great speed, and you saw it right there, almost a 75-yard scamper to get Wossman within 1 right here with 9:15 left to go in the first quarter.
And out comes the kicker this time for Wossman. Trying to get that jersey number. It looks to be number 1. That's Dexter Major, and the kick is up, and kick is good. So we're all squared up here. 9 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Tioga and Wossman, 7 apiece. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
At Woodman Life, we believe in standing strong for our communities because together we can build a brighter future. From supporting local schools with resources and scholarships to sponsoring programs that give children the tools they need to succeed, Woodman Life is proud to invest in the next generation. Our members live, work, and serve right here in your hometown, volunteering and making a difference where it matters most. When you see Woodman Life, you see neighbors helping neighbors and a promise to keep giving back. Woodman Life, standing.
Welcome back, everybody. Here, long touchdown run by Long. Long made the long touchdown. I'm sure I did that on purpose. 9:15 left here in this first quarter as he kicks it off here. They're going to kick it again to the up man. That's going to be Karlinski again. Karlinski cuts back to no. That's Angelo Shelton. Excuse me. Angelo getting the carry on that one here. And the ball will be spotted right around that 26-yard line, say the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Tioga. So this Tioga offense, Coach, what they do is they score quick. Defense comes out there, makes 2 really good plays on 1st and 2nd down, gives up the big, long touchdown rush for the quarterback, Mr. Long himself. And, again, I know there's going to be some tweaks being made by Coach Muter in that defense.
No doubt, 3rd and 11, you've got him right where you want him, and then he scrambles and nobody's out there in the flats. He runs opposite of where he rolled. And, it's hard to cover the entire field, but they're going to make some adjustments. And what we got to continue to do offensively is score.
Here we go. Case Malone in the shotgun. We got trips to the right of Case. He tosses it to Kenny Ponche. Kenny breaks 1 tackle, still up his feet, on his feet, tackled by number 1. That is Dexter Major for the Wossman Wildcats. A loss on the play brings up 2nd down for the Indians.
Well, Coach Landry talked about that 7. They run a 4-3 defense. He talked about how good that this 4-3 is for Wossman the fastest and strongest group that they've played all year. And right there they showed it as they're definitely getting penetration on the line, especially on the toss. But one thing our receivers have got to get better at doing, and that's blocking in space.
Here we go. Case in the shotgun. Ponche to his right. Bottom of your screen is Angelo Shelton. They're going to do a quick out to Kervin Johnson. Christian Isles blocking. Kervin breaking tackles, but steps out of bounds. And we got a late flag coming in by the White Hat. Let's see what the call is.
Probably going to be holding by Christian, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that's where it looked like it was where it was thrown, is where Christian was doing his blocking. And he talked to the officials on it's going to be holding against Wossman. Okay.
Wow.
Well, I seen him talk to the Wossman coaches. But okay, that was a holding on there. Again, that'll move the chains for the Tioga Indians. And
you don't see that too often.
No, not at all. So we'll take that for sure here. So it'll be 1st and 10. Tioga ball spotted now at the 40-yard line as they're getting the chains set up. Again, 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. That is Christian Isles and Angelo Shelton. Kervin at the top with Kenny Ponche standing to the left of your quarterback, Case Malone. And you could see that safety help already feeding over towards Kervin. So much about that single coverage, huh?
Yeah.
After that first drive here, Case Malone calls for the ball. Here we go. Hands it off to Ponche. Ponche right up the gut, following that big offensive line, falling forward. Picks up about 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down now for the Indians.
Kenny does such a great job of getting behind Landry, Byard, Laborde, Roy, and Jacobs. And right there, when he runs, he's a north and south guy. He's not an east and west. So when you give it to him right there, it gives those guys a chance to get their paws on that D-line and drive them. And our guys do a great job of driving them.
2nd down now for the Indians. Same formation. This time, Case with a quick pass to Kervin. Kervin catches it at the 49, breaks the tackle, crosses midfield. Kervin Johnson putting the Jets on all the way down to the 24-yard line, 23-yard line. 1st down, Tioga, and Kervin Johnson is setting it up right here as he's got some people in the crowd tonight watching him.
Yeah, he does. And here's the thing, we talked to Coach Book about this, and Coach Brumfield too. They talked about just giving him the ball right off the line of scrimmage and let him do what Kervin does. And a great job right there of getting separation and making a big gain out of a short pass.
Paul's the 24-yard line. They hand it off to Kenny Ponche again. Kenny just setting it. Look at that stiff arm here. Cove rolls out and steps out of bounds here as Kenny Ponche, that's what we should just call him, Kenny Johnson there. Kenny Ponche with a good carry, picks up about 9 yards to bring up 2nd down and short.
Kenny comes into the game with almost 1,000 yards rushing on 123 carries, so Kenny's doing what Kenny does as well.
Right up the gut this time. Kenny does get the 1st down, so that'll move the chains, and that'll be another Tioga 1st down.
Great job right there getting behind that offensive line. We needed 3 yards. He was able to do that to move the chains to get us within 3 yards of being goal. We still have an opportunity to get a 1st down and have goal to go, but getting the ball down to the 12-yard line is huge.
Angelo Shelton and Christian Isles at the bottom of your screen. They hand it off to Kenny one more time. Cuts backs up. Oh, if he would have went to the left, I think he had a bigger hole there. But, hey, he's got way better vision than I do, Kenny does. So a pickup of about 4 to 5 more yards, and it brings up 2nd down now for the Indians.
When hearing Coach Rourke talk about Kenny Ponche and Kervin Johnson, 2 things he said: very hard runner, and a guy that has a lot of speed and was running by guys that our guys normally don't get run by like Kervin does. So when you have those 2 type of weapons on this offense, it makes it easy.
Here we go, Case. He hands the ball off to Ponche. Ponche into the, look at that, lowers the shoulder. Kenny Ponche with a big 8-yard touchdown run.
I'm not sure if Kenny just didn't run over Angelo, and he did. He actually ran over Angelo too as he was going into the end zone. They had to help Angelo get up off the ground, but what a great job of putting his shoulder down right there to punch that in. Again, Kenny's not going to be denied.
No.
It's whoever's in his way is going to get punished, and that's exactly what happened just now. Unfortunately, it was Angelo.
He could have ran to the outside, probably still score, but he just went right at the defender and his teammate and knocked him over. Ethan Bridges comes with the extra point. Kick is up. Plenty of leg, and it is good. 6:22 left in this opening quarter. Tioga 14, Wossman 7. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today, and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 2080 Chevron, King Stop, Fuel Plus, Ball Chevron, and Cougar Stop.
Welcome back here as Tioga scores with the 8-yard touchdown run by Kenny Ponche. 6:22 left here in this opening quarter. Tioga 14, Wossman 7, as Ethan Bridges with the extra point is good. He's 2 for 2 on the evening. And let's see if he can make it 2 for 2 on touchbacks. Ethan Bridges, the junior kicker from the 40. Kick is up. A little more air underneath that one. Fields that one at the 3-yard line. And here he comes. That is Hargrove. And Hargrove is hit by a host of Tioga defenders. Looks like Jackson Tarver in the mix. And
that looked like Patino, huh? It's 29.
And also in
20,
on the tackle.
that's James Hill Jr.
Bates, Contavious Bates as well in on the tackle for the Indians here as Wossman comes out again. First 2 plays Wossman has was for loss in the backfield here, 3rd and about 11, and then he makes that long touchdown run, does long. And here we go again.
Looks like we had to call a timeout. We were missing a safety out there. So, again, we playing with 10 guys, so we had to waste a timeout right there to get everybody into the game. Again, you know, the goal tonight was defensively was to contain Long, keep him in the box, force him to throw the ball down the field. And, again, those are adjustments. And this is what I love about Coach Muter and his staff. This is adjustments that they're going to make throughout the game. Are they going to win it every series? Absolutely not. But guess what? If they can do it 1 or 2 times in the first half and 1 and 2 times in the second half, it gives that offense a chance to get that ball back in Case's hands and get the ball to Johnson and get the ball to Ponche and get the ball to Isles and Tarver and whoever else wants to come in and be a part of it. But the key is to get 1 or 2 turnovers or get it back to the offense without giving up points. And, again, not many defensive-minded people think that way. They think they got to have a shutout. They think they've got to stop them every series. That's not the case with Coach Muter. He wants to slow everybody down and give his defense a chance to make 1 or 2 really good stops, and that way the offense can have a chance to score again. And that's what he's going to try to do right here on this series, I hope.
You give this Tioga offense any extra possessions, they're going to make you pay for sure. Here we go, Long in the shotgun. And they hand the ball off to number 7 to the left side here. Breaking tackles, and looked at Curvin comes across. Ball comes out. Ball comes out. Let's see who comes out with it.
Looks like it's going to stay with Wossman. The white hat's arm goes up as to say that it's 2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd down now for Wossman here, but good hit. It looked to be Curvin Johnson with the forced fumble, but recovered by Wossman. So loss of they're going to say he picked up about 1 yard, so to bring up 2nd and 9 now for Wossman.
Well, Curvin playing that safety position, unlike the other night where he's played man, he was locked man all night. Now he's coming down from the safety. So when you're 6'4", 190 coming downhill, you're coming down with a little bit of thunder.
Long looks at the coaches here, getting that play call here with 5:30 left here in this opening quarter. Tioga on top 14-7. Here we go. Jateris Long throws it to the outside. That's number 5. That is Griffin. And gets to the 25-yard line, brings up 3rd and about 3.
Great job right there by Tarver playing the other safety. He playing downhill again. Not going to let himself get burned deep, so he was able to get there right when he caught the ball, made a sure tackle, and now forces him to be 3rd and 4 right here. So a big 3rd down for this Indian defense. Let's see if this stop can happen on this series. Again, what Wossman's going to do is they're going to come to the line of scrimmage, see how they're lined up, and then Coach Dries is going to check off and give them a different play when they come to the line of scrimmage each time.
Long is your quarterback. It looks to be Griffin is the running back. That's going to be a quarterback keeper to the outside, and he fakes the option but gets just enough for the first down. If they hit him initially, he gets hit, and there we got a helmet way over there at the 36-yard line. And that looks to be Kadarius Williams Jr. He'll come off the field for at least one play, but it'll be a first down for Wossman.
Well, he's over there with Control Bates, and guess what Bates is going to do? Bates is going to wear you out. He's going to put his hands on you. He's going to get you frustrated, and I think that's what happened right there to Mr. Williams. He got a little frustrated because Bates is not going to let you get past him, I promise you. Not this week.
Here we go. 1st and 10 here, Wossman. Again, trying that hard count, seeing if we can get that defensive front to jump. So far, so good for Tioga here. Long hands the ball off to Griffin again. Griffin up the middle and hit. And I think that was Jackson Tarver. Yeah, Jackson Tarver with the tackle. And again, you don't want your safety making a whole lot of tackles here tonight.
No, you don't. But basically what we're doing defensively is we've got Cohen in the middle, and the other two outside backers, Fall and Joe, they're outside of the box. So basically you're playing a 5-man front. And that's to have the edge setters and to take away the quick slants and the quick rails right here.
Here we go. 2nd down for Wossman. Fake it to Griffin. They pass to the outside, and there's a host of Tioga defenders right there. Boy, what great coverage by the Tioga defensive secondary. And that is David Garrett. First man there, and then he gets a little bit of help from his buddies, Trayshawn Fisher and Rose. So good job right there by the Tioga secondary. Brings up 3rd down and long now as they lose a couple yards on that play.
Great job right there, just doing what they do. You coming from inside out, outside in, and you just converge on that receiver.
Long in the shotgun. Griffin to his left, and they hand it off. No, they fake the handoff, and they throw, and it's caught by number 80. That is Lamarian Cage, the tight end / wide receiver, but they get nowhere on the play, and it's 4th down, and out comes the punt team for Wossman. So good job by that Coach Mooter defense.
Yep, a good stop right there. Again, 2nd possession of the game for the Wossman Wildcats, and Tioga's able to stop them and now get that ball back to that offense with a 7-point lead and 2:32 left to go in the first quarter. And now the ball goes back to Case as long as Tarver will hang on to this. Hey, who knows, though? Tarver might take this thing to the house. He's been known to do it.
Or Cohen. I mean, here we go. Jackson Tarver will fill that ball at the 25-yard line. He plants his foot, steps to the outside, and thought that no call there, and Jackson goes out of bounds all the way to the 41. You saw what I saw probably. Thought there might be a flag thrown, but no call, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Well, I'm going to tell you what James Hill just did. James Hill, he had a guy on him, and so James took him down the field with him, and he actually pushed Wossman guy into his own guy, so it made it look like somebody was being clipped. But what a great block right there so Tarver could get around the corner. But, hey, that was a good punt right there. That was about a 45-yard punt, and sets up the ball 1st and 10 for the Tioga Indians on the 42-yard line with 2:08 left to go.
Here goes that Tioga offense here. 2 possessions so far, 2 scores. One Malone pass to Kervin Johnson, then a Kenny Ponche run here. Tioga trying to expand on that lead here, leading 14-7 with 2:08 left in this opening quarter. 2 receivers at the top of your screen. That is Kervin Johnson in that slot, and I believe that's Angelo Shelton at the top. Kenny Ponche is in the running back spot right next to the left of Case Malone. Christian Isles is going to be in that tight end spot here, and trying to see.
Looks like it's going to be delay a game by the Indians, which coming out of a change of possession. I'm not sure how that happens, but I guess it took us too long to get the play in. And we got those 25-second clocks on the field.
Ain't happy about that.
No, he's not.
I think he was talking to the official about maybe something happened. I don't know. But here we go. Same formation for the Indians. That's Christian Isles in that tight end hybrid slot. They hand it off to Kenny. Kenny to the right side. Kenny gets around the corner here, brought down. Tackle made for Wossman by number 17, Jaden Connor. But that's a good pickup and gets back to almost the original line of scrimmage, just about a yard short.
Great job right there by Narada to be able to get his man almost hooked to get Kenny a chance to get around the corner to make it 2nd and 12 with 1:41 left to go here in the first quarter.
Here we go. Angelo Shelton and Christian Isles at the bottom of your screen. Kervin Johnson. They got press coverage on Kervin. Case is going to roll out to the left side. He's going to tuck it himself, try to get to the outside sealed. We got he's going to be brought down by 3 defenders, but we got flags on the field, normally in the area of holding. and let's see what the White Hat has to say here in this ball game.
Well, you know, Coach Christmas down here talking about face masks, so we're going to definitely be called for holding. You could see that by Mario Jacobs. He was pulling onto that defensive end's jersey, but in this gang tackle down here, you also had a face mask, but that wasn't called. So, again,
yeah, 10-yard penalty there, holding on the Indians here. They're going to replay second down, so we got second and long here now for the Indians. But with this high-powered offense here, you don't have to get it all at once. You got a couple of downs here to try to get some chunk yardages, and you got Angelo Shelton at the bottom of your screen. You got Christian Isles, of course, and then Kervin Johnson at the top. Right now, single coverage on Kervin. They're going to be on that far hash, and here comes that safety held by number 8 for Wossman to feed over towards Kervin. Here we go. Case calls for the ball. He fakes it, quick pass to Kervin, but great coverage by Wossman here. Setting something up later on with that one. You can see they're biting on that coverage. They knew that play was coming. A double move a little bit later on in the game. Kervin's to the house, and nobody's going to catch him.
Yeah, they're playing a little press man would help over the top, and that's what happened. 17 for Wossman. That's Jaden Connor on the coverage right there. Really tight press man coverage. They got the safety, number 8, Greer, over there over the top of Kervin. So you're going to be a 2-on-1. Again, that leaves 9 people against the other 10 guys.
Watch something over the middle here for the Indians. As Case Malone calls for after his first incompletion of the night. Angelo Shelton, he's got single coverage. Angelo drops back. What a catch! Angelo Shelton makes a great adjustment, and that's enough for a Tioga first down.
Well, here you go. You're going to double cover Kervin, but you forget about Angelo Smith, who is almost as fast as Kervin, if not faster. And guess what happened? You man-to-man him. Great job right there by Case to throw it up. Let Angelo do what Angelo does. He stops, comes back to the ball. The defender never had a chance. He wasn't even in position to cover that.
Kenny Pache with the carry up the middle. They get a forward progress and give him about 3 yards. Angelo Shelton had to come back and adjust. And again, DB was looking, staying with him step for step. Ball was a little underthrown, which is okay. And Shelton was able to make an adjustment, make the catch, and a huge first down after being 3rd and 20 right there on 3rd down.
Just give him a chance.
Case Malone in the shotgun again, hands it off to Kenny. Kenny goes to the left side, and a good tackle right there by Wossman by 00 there. That is Wilson, Austin Wilson. And if he don't make that tackle, Kenny's to the house.
Yeah, you know, the thing with Wilson is, in Coach Landry was talking about Wilson and also Clark, 2 really good defensive ends, doing a great job right there trying to keep them inside the box.
Kenny Pache with a carry to the right side. Looks like it's going to be just short of the first down marker. So it'll bring up a 4th down here. And that is the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Your score, Tioga 14, Wossman 7, as Tioga's driving here. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Welcome back, everybody, here as we start the second quarter here. This is a 446 Sports production of Tioga Indian Football. Proud sponsored by Kingstop Chevron and 28 East Chevron, our title sponsors. 14-7, Tioga on top of Wossman, and Tioga with 4th and short here, trying to extend this drive. And let's see what Tioga decides to do, because the sticks are off.
Yeah, they're actually going the wrong way.
They're on the wrong side.
Yeah, they need to move the sticks.
It should be 4th and about 1 yard for it there. That's not right either. They got to get down that side. We're going that way there, chain crew, as they're finally going to tell them. They're waving them on and saying, hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. But we're okay. We hadn't started the clock yet here in the second quarter.
It's correct. It should be 4th and 1.
There we go. Now we got it. Okay, yeah, down marker is good to go. So 4th and 1 now. Tioga, let's see if they have Case get under center here and do that tush push, or they just do a quick little handoff. I like getting under center here and just going forward.
I think they go hard count. But what do we know? We're up here.
Yeah, 2 receivers, top of your screen, bottom of your screen is Kervin Johnson. It's going to be a Case Malone quarterback keeper, and he gets there, and he gets the first down. And forward progress will make it plenty enough. And that'll be another Tioga first down.
Well, you don't see Case do that very often, but right there, he needed to get what he needed to. And, again, I don't know if you want to do a tush push. That's a pretty big defensive line right there. But it looks like we're going to go in a hurry up right here and go fast.
Christian Isles and Angelo Shelton, top of your screen. Kervin Johnson at the bottom. There's Kenny Ponche to the right. Case drops back, looking to throw, and miscommunication between Angelo and Case. And it'll be an incomplete pass. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, great job right there by Angelo. It's a read, and he's looking at Case, and they're talking about it. But it's a read play where if he's playing me press, I'm gonna go. Yeah. If he's not, he's playing off of me, then I'm gonna pull up and run the stop route, and that's exactly what he did. Again, some of those things you kind of work out, but look, this offense doesn't panic when those things happen.
Absolutely. They hand it off to Kenny. Kenny breaks one tackle, rolls backwards there, and gets all the way to the 20-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd down now for the Indians. And Jackson Tarver enters the game for Tioga, giving Kenny Ponche a little break. Little different running type of play. This is going to be more of a shiftier east to west type of runner here. Of course, he can run up the gut if he wants to.
Sure.
But loves to plant that foot and cut and go one different way. Here we go. Kervin and Christian Isles at the bottom of your screen. Angelo at the top. Jackson Tarver. They fake the handoff. Case throws it to Tarver Landry. Caught made only at the 17-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and short now for the Indians.
Well, I don't know if we're trying to get in field goal position or we're trying to stay underneath and just trying to dump the ball off and move it down. Again, you're only looking at 4th and 5 right here. So, again, making that play, you're being very conservative, but you're still moving the down marker and giving yourself a chance on 4th down.
Here we go. Case Malone tries with the hard count. Nobody jumps. And we got 8 seconds left on the play clock. 6. Oh, that time Tioga jumps. I believe that was going to be on Tioga. Left guard, I believe, is what the call is going to be. Let's see who the white hat says. Yeah. So that'll back him up, and out comes Ethan Bridges. I thought they were close enough that they thought they could get that 4th and 4 here, but out comes Ethan Bridges here, who had a great night last week. Again, he had a field goal last week and a bunch of extra points, going for his first field goal of the night.
Again, Coach Landry in that offense, they don't want to go away without getting any points. So great job right here. 3rd possession, having another opportunity to get points on the board, and that's important for this offense, especially with the high potent offense that Wossman has.
Ethan Bridges, your junior kicker here for Tioga. Christian Isles with the hold. Kick is up. Plenty of leg. Let's see if it got through. I believe it did, and it did. Ethan Bridges with the field goal. And the clock's still running. Not sure why the clock's still running.
Hey, we're not in charge of that either. No. That's a beautiful thing.
Ethan Bridges. As you can hear the kids singing. .9:29 left here in this second quarter. Tioga 17, Wossman 7. As Ethan Bridges with the field goal, it is good and extends that lead now for Tioga to 10 as we're getting ready.
125 years old this week, man.
Yeah, you are?
No, I am. You the Tioga man. I just happened to read a few articles.
It was our big celebration. They selling cool shirts down there of the the anniversary here, 125 years here for Tioga.
If I get to half of 125, I'll be happy.
Well, Shane's already there, so we're just trying to get there to our producer. Ethan Bridges kicks it high, fielded right at that 5-yard line. Cuts back to the outside, and look coverage by this second. Man, this special teams is something nice. Coach Tripp Prestige, he's got to be happy.
Hey, you know, got to visit with Coach Tripp today, too. You know what I love, you know, before the game, the guys go and take a little nap, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking for Coach Tripp to talk to him and see what, you know, if he had anything up his sleeve. He's in there taking a nap with him. He's getting his rest in, so he's getting his pregame ready. So, again, if there's anybody that has so many obligations, it's Coach Tripp. Not only does he have the special teams, he's also the defensive back coach. So, again, no pressure, though. No pressure. You got to worry about extra points. You got to worry about the kickoffs, the kickoff returns, the punts returns. But, hey, no pressure.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for Wossman. Long in the shotgun. Yeah, it's been a long week for these Tioga faithful here. Of course, a lot of these young men were sick this week. Had Dripsy come in and help him out. Long throws it to the outside. Almost intercepted by Wesley Sherman. And brought out a tackle right there on the left side for Tioga.
That's a great job right there by Griffin to catch the ball from Long and to pick up 11 yards for a first down for Wossman. One of the first times we've seen Wossman on the first play from the line of scrimmage get a big gain like that of 11 yards besides the run Long had earlier in that first possession.
Kentrell Bates on the coverage for Tioga. That'll move the sticks. It'll be a Wossman first down now, as Long has 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen, 1 at the top. And you got Fisher, you got Rose, and you'll have, of course, David Garrett slide over to that slot. They do the quick toss to the outside, that same play that Tioga runs to Curvin. And that one there is successful, picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
Well, when you have that no-back set and you've got 5 wide, you're going to look at them to throw the ball out quick, and it's just like a running play. You're picking up 5 yards at a time. That's going to help loosen up that secondary a little bit, and it also gives the quarterback another option to run. So you really have a 2-threat offense right now with the quarterback and the receivers.
This time they dropped just 2 receivers here at the bottom, but they do have that tight end and 2 at the top now, as that's going to be a quarterback keeper following some blockers, rolls to the outside, tackle from behind. Trying to see who that was for the Indians. That was A.J. Adams with the tackle for Tioga, and it brings up 3rd and short.
I tell you what, when you got A.J. Adams tackling the quarterback, that just tells you how versatile that young man is, and that's a big old boy. You got to realize A.J. Adams, he only weighs 265, and he's chasing down Mr. Long, who weighs 160.
Exactly. A lot of speed on that defensive front for Tioga. They're going to be that. There it is, handed off to the outside. He breaks a tackle and then pushes out of bounds as he gets to the first down marker, and that will move the chains for Wossman.
Good job right there by Wossman. They know what they needed to get, 2 yards. And number 5 for Wossman, that's Griffin, was able to get number 7, that's Woods. He got what he needed to get that first down and keep the chains moving.
And Wossman, the Wildcats in that hurry up as well here. Looking to the sideline for the call here. 2 receivers on each side now for Long. Changes the play, looks at the coach on the outside. Here we go. 8:32 left here in this first half. Tioga on top 17-7. Long drops back, look at the throw. He's got some pressure, cuts back up the middle, still on his feet. But this time, Tioga's right there to hit him. And a host, a gang tackle by Tioga.
Well, great job right there by Joe Rose to stay at home. Sorry about that. Rose to stay at home, and Sajavian champion. They stayed at home right there and gave themselves a chance as he started to get loose. Again, that's why they're putting those guys out there wide, try to keep him at the line of scrimmage, give him whatever he can get, 2 or 3 yards, but don't let him get the big one. And that was a great job right there by Joe Rose and keeping him contained.
2-yard sack right there by Rose, and I seen Cohen Henry also in on the sack as well, him and Champion. So we'll let the coaches figure out the stats on that one here. 3 receivers at Tripp on the bottom there. High snap, they hand it off to Griffin. Griffin to the right side. Trayshawn Fisher steps up and makes a beautiful tackle. And Trayshawn hitting the backfield, and huge defensive stand right there for Tioga.
I'm not real sure why you would get in trips and then everybody run a slant and then you don't block the cornerback, because the cornerback.
You got people out there to block.
Yeah, Fisher was not blocked at all, and he just sat there and waited for him to come right to him. A great job to pick up another loss. Now it's 3rd and 14 for the Wildcats with 7:18 left to go in the second quarter.
Here we go, Tioga. 3rd and long now for the Wildcats for Wossman. And Trayshawn drops back into coverage a little bit. Long looking to throw, he steps up. And my goodness, he does get it away, but a great tackle by, that's Trayshawn again, but what pressure by Wesley Sherman.
That's not a very good spot.
And it's going to be about a yard short here, but it'll probably be close enough for Wossman to give it a shot here on 4th and short.
Absolutely. Great job right there by Sherman to force him to curl up and throw the ball. And it looks like they're actually going to punt the ball right here at 4th and 1. So I guess they're going to try to pin Tioga back, and with 6:25, try to keep it a one-score game.
You think it's possible right here as well as a
little fake?
Little fake here would be a very, very situational right here, but let's see, 4th and 1.
They better get some more people on the field or they're going to have to call timeout. Yep.
And it looks like they're going to do that. And that'll be their first timeout. We'll keep it here as well. 6 minutes, 11 seconds left here in this first half. Tioga 17, Wossman 7, as the defensive front for this Tioga Indians getting some pressure on that Wossman quarterback Long.
Well, what they're trying to do is just contain him. If you'll notice, they're not rushing past him. They're rushing to him, and then they're trying to converge on him. And I think if they continue to do that all night, it makes it very hard for him to bounce it, get it outside like he did the first time. Now they're rushing to him, and then they're squeezing him in. So, again, that's an adjustment you make in the game, and that's what the Tioga Indians have done right here after that first possession, trying to remind the guys, hey, look, your adrenaline's flowing. We don't want you blowing past the quarterback. Get to him, stop, and then squeeze it in. And so, great job, great change, great transition into exactly what Coach Muter talked about that needed to happen this week.
4th and 1 now for Wossman. They are going to drop back looking to punt. That is number 9, Jakari Johnson. Had a beautiful punt earlier in the ball game. Jackson Tarver back at the 25. He's not going to let it go over his head again this time, he said. As it looks like Tioga's sending the house here. Here we go. Watch number 20. Yep, there it is. Drop back. And the punt. Not as good as the first one, but it's going to get that good roll there. Wossman roll. And it's going to roll all the way back to around that 19-yard line. So we're going to take a break. 17-7, Tioga on top of Wossman. This is a 446 Sports production of Tioga Indian football. We'll be right back.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
ugh, come on.
Seriously? This is so extra.
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Welcome back here. 6:01 left here in this first half. Tioga 17, Wossman 7. Case Malone in the shotgun, hands it off to Kenny Ponche. Kenny to the left side, runs into a wall of Wossman Wildcats, led by number 0, Austin Wilson. Also, number 99 in on the tackle. That's Daniel Whitlock. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, brings up 2nd and 10 now for Tioga.
Well, if you'll notice, Tarver's in the game now. He was talking to him and explaining to him, hey, look, we telling the two left guard, left tackle, we didn't block it correctly. Watch the change.
Here we go. Case Malone drops back, looking to throw, steps up into the pocket, still on his feet. Case doing everything he can do to hold on to that ball, and gets tackled about that 23-yard line. But Case picked up about 4 yards on the scramble, brings up 3rd down.
Great job right there by Case to hang on to it. I think he was trying to step up, and when he went to step up, the Wildcats were in his face, and so he didn't really have good possession of the ball. He was able to tuck it and get what he needed to make it 3rd and manageable.
2 receivers top of your screen, 1 at the bottom. That is Kervin Johnson. Press coverage right there by Wossman. Case Malone calls it, fakes the handoff to Kenny. Kenny over the top to Tarver Landry. There's that play we love to see. Tarver Landry to the 40. all the way down to the 30-yard line, and Tarver Landry with another Tioga first down.
Huge pitch and catch right there from Malone to Landry. Again, they're so worried about Angelo. They're so worried about Curvin. They forgot about Tarver in the middle of the field, and the safety split the C, and Malone couldn't do nothing but just give it to him. He was so open. Those are the kind of toughest catches sometime to make, Billy.
Beautiful catch right there. Case drops back and throws it quickly again to Tarver, that time incomplete. And, excuse me, that was intended for Christian Isles, but again, that's probably not a bad incompletion right there, as you probably would have lost about a yard or two, but it'll bring up second down now with the ball spotted at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, trying to run a little split-in screen right there, and Christian didn't come back to the ball quick enough. Of course, when you got that free release as an end, you better realize that something's coming right behind you.
Case Malone hands it off to Kenny Ponce. Kenny to the right side. Kenny's got a seam. What a block right there by Curvin Johnson. And Kenny Johnson takes it out. Kenny Ponce takes it to the house.
You can just say pancake, because that's exactly what Curvin Johnson just did. He just pancaked number 4. That's Hargrove. And believe it or not, that was a challenge earlier, except it was supposed to be where Curvin was in the backfield with Kenny, and they were going to run the little sweep, and Curvin was going to be the lead blocker. Well, that was an unbelievable block, so I can't wait to talk to Coach Crispin about that, because he didn't think Curvin was going to do it, but he did it, and he pancaked him. So great job right there. Good run by Kenny, but, man, what a block by Curvin.
Here we go. Ethan Bridges for the extra point. Christian Isles is the holder, and the defensive end jumps across and forces Tioga to jump, so that should be on the defense, and they're going to wave that off, and the extra point will be good.
Actually, they'll replay it.
Replay the down.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
He blew the whistle before he
That's
got
right.
it. So we'll just keep it where we're at here. That way they don't want to mark it back off here. So Ethan Bridges will try it again for the extra point. 4:14 left here in this second quarter, pending this extra point by Mr. Bridges. Again, Christian Isles is the holder for Tioga. There's the snap. Kick is up, and kick is good. 4:14 left here in the second quarter. Tioga extends its lead 24-7 over Wossman. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
Here's an important message for everyone in Central Louisiana experiencing changes in their vision. If you've met this year's Medicare deductible and are experiencing vision changes due to cataracts, then right now is the best and most affordable time to schedule your procedure with the cataract team at Wallace Eye Associates. A new year means a new deductible, so when it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Welcome back, everybody, here as Ethan Bridges gets ready to kick it deep. And that's going to be a little pooch kick there, fielded at the 12-yard line to the right side. Cuts back up to the middle here and brought down from behind by that Tioga defense. That looks to be number 4 for Tioga, Kentrell Bates, with the tackle. And they'll have the ball spotted at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, great job right there by Bates and that special team. Again, if you watch our kickoff team, they just go down there. They're just trying to knock people off the block. I mean, they're not trying to make the play. They're trying to do what they're supposed to do and let the guy they're the wall breakers. They call them the wall busters. That's exactly what they're doing. They're busting the wall up and giving those guys that are free, letting them make the play. And that's an example. And that's why you have these one-on-one tackles like this. And Bates did a great job of just doing what he's supposed to do.
Here we go. 1st and 10 Wildcats here out of Wossman. First district game of the year for both of these teams. 24-7, Tioga on top of Wossman. Long by himself back there, throws it over the head, and that's what happens when you got a big fella by the name of Wesley Sherman coming at you, 6-something plus, and you try to get it over him and you throw it over your receiver.
Yeah, Wesley Sherman coming in at 6'3", 225, and you know, when you're long and you're sitting there and you're trying to drop it down to your running back, that's a little difficult at times. So great job right there by Sherman to make this a 2nd and long for the Wildcats.
Don't forget, tune in to after this ball game. We're going to have our Pregame brought to you by Southern Air as Long throws it again to the outside, number 11, and a great tackle right there by Trayshawn Fisher. And he's having himself a night, is Trayshawn Fisher in that secondary.
Fisher's doing a great job over here. You know, Fisher's kind of one of the unsung heroes of this defense. That, you know, you got him out here on an island by himself, and he does such a great job. Looks like we're going to change up the coverage right here a little bit, and we'll see what looks like we're going to a man coverage. So we'll see what they do here defensively.
Long looks to the sideline. We got 3 receivers at the top, 2 receivers at the bottom. We got a lot of help here with safety help and linebacker help here for the defense. And Long rolls out to the right side, being chased by Cohen Henry. Ball's thrown but caught.
Wow.
By number 11, and what a beautiful play. And then we got a flag at the 42-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure what they're going to call the flag on because I think he lost his helmet on the play, and that's pretty hard for him to get out of the play.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But we'll have to see what they. I mean, there's nothing the receiver can do about that. So I'm not sure what they're going to call here.
As we wait to hear what the white hat
he tore his helmet off.
Yeah. Maybe illegal hands to the face or something like that. But we'll see what the white hat has to say.
Great job right there by Long, though. Pressure coming up the middle.
Cohen.
He was able to get off to the side and still get it off. And he knew where Mr. Williams was going to be, and it was a great throw and catch. Williams comes back to the ball, makes the catch. But let's see what the officials have to say on this play. It was 3rd and 3.
As we're waiting to hear from the white hat. All I got to do is look over my shoulder. I can see what the call is going to be. He's writing them down right here by me. I like this. Holding against Tioga.
Not sure where the holding comes from. I don't understand those kind of holding. You got a holding on defense. I don't understand that. Especially when you got a guy catching the ball across the middle and he still catches it. So I'm not sure what the holding call was, and then the helmet comes off. I'm not sure.
Here we go. It'll be 1st and 10 now for Wossman.
I mean, coaching football a long time, I've never seen so many holding calls in the last 3 weeks by the defense.
And white hat, I believe, I don't know if it's spotted in the correct area, correct hash. That's what it was. It was the wrong hash. Here we go. 1st down for Wossman. 3 minutes, 24 seconds left here in this first half. Tioga on top, 24-7. I want to thank our sponsors, Kingstop Chevron and 28 East Chevron, our title sponsors here on 446 Sports. Also, shout out to our buddies over there at Quibido's here watching the game live. Wave at us at the screen there while you're eating your steak there at Quibido's. Long hands it off to Griffin. Griffin cuts to the outside, breaking tackle, but finally drug out of bounds by Trayshawn Fisher. And Fisher again with another tackle, but that's a pickup of about 5 or 6 yards and brings up 2nd down.
Good job by Fisher. Good job by Garrett coming downhill from that safety position to hold him to a 2nd and 5 or a 5-yard gain as it looks like.
49-yard line there for Wossman.
Tell you what, Wossman does a great job of getting guys in and out of the game quickly and be able to, then they go back and they check with coach and they get the play, read the defense, and here we go.
2nd down now for Wossman. Quick pass to the outside. Cuts back up and then runs into a couple of Tioga defenders there, and a good job of gang tackling by that defensive front. Bryson Fall, Trayshawn Fisher, Wesley Sherman, a whole bunch of Tioga defenders right there, and only a pickup of 1 yard brings up 3rd down.
Yep, looks like Cohen's coming into the game here. It looks like he's going to take Joe Rose's place on this huge.
Yeah.
I mean, what did I say?
You said Cohen, but it's okay.
I meant Kenny.
21,
Cohen's
22,
already in there. Yeah. You know, Kenny's not been playing as much defense, but it looks like he's going to get on this corner right here. 3rd and 4 to go for the Wossman Wildcats. Big play right here for this defense.
And look, they're having a hard time getting the play in here. They're going to have to waste another timeout. So great job by the Tioga fans there, wreaking some havoc here at the reservation. 2 minutes and 33 seconds left here in this first half, and Tioga on top, 24-7. Bunch of people out here. Is that Ball Elementary right there, the cheerleaders?
I don't know. I was trying to see if.
I think that's Ball Elementary cheerleaders going to come out here. I know that I think a lot of the schools, elementary schools around here for the Tioga area are going to be cheering here tonight.
Yeah, Shane was looking down, so I'm going to try to help him out, get them a little camera action here as these young ladies on the field. There's so many. They were out there dancing during the tailgate. I think they had everybody that they could out there from all the schools during that tailgate time today.
Appreciate everybody tuning in on Facebook and YouTube watching tonight's matchup. I try to keep an eye on the YouTube side of it if I can. So if you do leave any comments or anything, I swear I'll be most likely looking.
I just try to keep my eyes on the field.
Third down now for Wossman. Quick pass to the outside, and that's going to be enough for a Wossman first down. Tackle made by Trayshawn Fisher. Here we go.
Against Wossman, getting set quick again just to see where we're going to line up defensively. Of course, we've been in that four-man front most of the night with the spread that they run, and here it looks like they're going to run a play now.
Here we go. He drops back looking to throw, eyeballing his receiver, but he ain't got nowhere to go as he cuts back up the middle, and look at the big fella right there. Wesley Sherman with the tackle and a big sack right there for Tioga's defense.
You got to love when Sherman falls on top of you, and then he's going to help you get up. And, you know, Sherman's no baby. I said it earlier, 6'3", 225 pounds, falling down on Mr. Long there. And, again, great coverage, sack right there by the defense. Great job by those defensive ends to get to the depth of that quarterback and then squeeze in, and that's exactly what Sherman did right there.
Here we go. Second down now for the Wildcats. Fakes it to Griffin, keeps it himself up the middle, runs into Sajavion Champion, breaks the tackle. Bryson Fall makes Long fall right there, and a big sack by Bryson Fall.
Great job by Fall by coming up the field. He saw actually the guard was pulling to kick him out, and so he was able to set the edge right there. When you're getting pressure from the inside on that defensive line like Tioga does, made Mr. Long want to bounce it out and then bounce it right back into Fall. So great job right there. Third and long here for the Wildcats. But again, similar to our offense, this is nothing for these Wossman Wildcats to be third and long. They've been able to move the ball and convert on these third downs so far tonight.
Hey, Long's going to drop back. He quarterback keeper, but he runs into a wall. Ooh. And my goodness, that Tioga defense is not playing around here tonight. And you ain't going to run through deuce, baby. Cohen Henry with a big old tackle. And that's going to bring up a 4th and long now.
Well, they called a blitz, and the blitz was up the middle, and Cohen Henry went in untouched. And, of course, Long steps up, and he had no place to go, and Mr. Henry was waiting on him right there. Great stop right there by the Tioga defense with 28 seconds and counting left to go here in the second quarter. Again, your Indians up 24-7 as the Wildcats are getting ready to punt 4th and long. And here comes the punt. They blow the whistle. It's going to be illegal shift on the offense.
And that'll make them punt again here. We appreciate everybody tuned in for a great matchup here between Tioga and Wossman. Shout out to a lot of our guys there watching. Of course, our buddy Roderick, the Hitman Thomas, always on there. And, of course, my buddy Ryan Reeves. Probably not in the stadium. He's probably working, but he's always watching. Brian, our buddy, of course, his son graduated last year here at Tioga, was one of the captains for the Tioga Indians last year. So here we go. They're going to back him up and punting again. And that's Jackson Tarver now at the 25-yard line.
And I think he's asking, do you want to call a timeout? Because I think they're going to wind the clock. Yep, and he'll wind the clock before they get this punt off. If I'm Wossman, I'm letting the clock run out.
All the way down to nothing that way.
Not punting to Tarver, no way.
Yeah.
But they do it anyway.
And they will. They kick it to the right side in not a very good bounce, but it's going to be beneficial there for them, and that will be the end of the first half. So it is halftime. Tioga 24, Wossman 7. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered.
From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
When life's got you stuck or your vehicle just won't go, National Transmission has you covered. Whether you need a manufactured or brand new transmission, our expert team will get you shifting gears and back on the road in no time. Foreign or domestic, cars, trucks, or SUVs, if you've got a transmission, we've got the solution. Don't let a breakdown break your day. Drive with confidence. Drive with National Transmission. Call now or visit nationaltransmission.com. National Transmission. We get you moving. Looking for auto service you can trust right here in Sinlaw? Come to National Tire and Auto, your locally owned tire and repair experts with 2 convenient locations. We're proud to serve our community, not just with quality auto care, but by giving back and treating every customer like family. From tires and oil changes to brakes and engine work, we've got you covered. National Tire and Auto, locally owned, community driven, customer focused. When other dealers judge your past, National Autoplex is here to drive you into your future. We're Sinlaw's only no credit check lease to own dealer, where bankruptcy, bad credit, or no credit is no problem. At National Autoplex, we believe in second chances and fresh starts. If you've got income, you've got options. Come see why more drivers are choosing National Autoplex, where you're more than a credit score. Visit us today or apply online at nationalautoplex.com. National Autoplex, your ride, your future, your way. Looking for expert glass repair, tinting, or top-notch service? Look no further than Fast Glass, your local favorite for years, now proud to be part of the National Automotive Group family. Same trusted team, same unbeatable service, now backed by the power and support of National Automotive. Whether it's a chip, a crack, or a complete tint job, Fast Glass gets it done right and gets it done fast. Stop by today or call us at 318 Fast Glass. Clear choice, fast results. At Alexandria Solutions, we believe every strong community starts with healthy minds and healthy families. That's why we're proud to stand alongside Tioga High School as a corporate sponsor. We're here to support the Tioga Indians from the classroom to the playing field, because when students succeed, our whole community thrives. At Alexandria Solutions, we provide compassionate care for mental health and addiction. No referral is needed to make an appointment, and we accept most insurances, because getting help should be simple. Alexandria Solutions, proud to support the Tioga Indians and proud to serve our community. Go Indians! Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 2080 Chevron, King Stop, Fuel Plus, Ball Chevron, and Cougar Stop. At Woodman Life, we believe in standing strong for our communities because together we can build a brighter future. From supporting local schools with resources and scholarships to sponsoring programs that give children the tools they need to succeed, Woodman Life is proud to invest in the next generation. Our members live, work, and serve right here in your hometown, volunteering and making a difference where it matters most. When you see Woodman Life, you see neighbors helping neighbors and a promise to keep giving back. Woodman Life, standing strong for community, standing strong for you.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
ugh, come on.
Seriously? This is so extra.
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view. And gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience? Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
We've all seen how quickly things can change. Everything from the world around us to the cost of things we use on a daily basis. That's why we all need someone in our corner to keep our family protected while still watching out for our pocketbook. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. There's no better time than now to complete an insurance review to make sure you're properly covered and not paying too much. Whether it's in our office, at your home, or your place of business, let us help you find peace of mind. If you're in need of your insurance checkup, whether auto, home, or life, talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
At Alexandria Solutions, we believe every strong community starts with healthy minds and healthy families. That's why we're proud to stand alongside Tioga High School as a corporate sponsor. We're here to support the Tioga Indians from the classroom to the playing field, because when students succeed, our whole community thrives. At Alexandria Solutions, we provide compassionate care for mental health and addiction. No referral is needed to make an appointment, and we accept most insurances, because getting help should be simple. Alexandria Solutions, proud to support the Tioga Indians and proud to serve our community. Go Indians! Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 2080 Chevron, King Stop, Fuel Plus, Ball Chevron, and Cougar Stop. At Woodman Life, we believe in standing strong for our communities because together we can build a brighter future. From supporting local schools with resources and scholarships to sponsoring programs that give children the tools they need to succeed, Woodman Life is proud to invest in the next generation. Our members live, work, and serve right here in your hometown, volunteering and making a difference where it matters most. When you see Woodman Life, you see neighbors helping neighbors and a promise to keep giving back. Woodman Life, standing strong for community, standing strong for you.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., They offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
ugh, come on.
Seriously? This is so extra.
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
When life's got you stuck or your vehicle just won't go, National Transmission has you covered. Whether you need a manufactured or brand new transmission, our expert team will get you shifting gears and back on the road in no time. Foreign or domestic, cars, trucks, or SUVs, if you've got a transmission, we've got the solution. Don't let a breakdown break your day. Drive with confidence. Drive with National Transmission. Call now or visit nationaltransmission.com. National Transmission. We get you moving. Looking for auto service you can trust right here in Sinlaw? Come to National Tire and Auto, your locally owned tire and repair experts with 2 convenient locations. We're proud to serve our community, not just with quality auto care, but by giving back and treating every customer like family. From tires and oil changes to brakes and engine work, we've got you covered. National Tire and Auto, locally owned, community-driven, customer-focused. When other dealers judge your past, National Autoplex is here to drive you into your future. We're Sinlaw's only no-credit check lease-to-own dealer, where bankruptcy, bad credit, or no credit is no problem. At National Autoplex, we believe in second chances and fresh starts. If you've got income, you've got options. Come see why more drivers are choosing National Autoplex, where you're more than a credit score. Visit us today or apply online at nationalautoplex.com. National Autoplex. Your ride, your future, your way. Looking for expert glass repair, tinting, or top-notch service? Look no further than Fast Glass. Your local favorite for years, now proud to be part of the National Automotive Group family. Same trusted team. Same unbeatable service, now backed by the power and support of National Automotive. Whether it's a chip, a crack, or a complete tint job, Fast Glass gets it done right and gets it done fast. Stop by today or call us at 318-FAST-GLASS. Clear choice, fast results. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 2080 Chevron, King Stop, Fuel Plus, Ball Chevron, and Cougar Stop.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Here's an important message for everyone in Central Louisiana experiencing changes in their vision. If you've met this year's Medicare deductible and are experiencing vision changes due to cataracts, then right now is the best and most affordable time to schedule your procedure with the cataract team at Wallace Eye Associates. A new year means a new deductible, so when it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Welcome back, everyone, to the reservation. Because we've only got 2 minutes and 25 seconds left, I caught Billy off guard.
Yeah.
He was looking down. Thanks again to all the responses on Facebook. Also, Billy, what else? Facebook?
YouTube. Yeah, Boxcast, but definitely YouTube. Facebook's the top two that we track on comments. So thank you for all those giving comments on that.
Yeah, he was looking down, so I kind of caught him off guard. Unofficial stats for the first half. Case 9 for 12, 142 yards passing, 4 yards rushing. Kenny 15 carries for 80 yards. Tarver 2 pass receptions for 51 yards. Shelton 1 pass reception for 35 yards. And Curvin 3 pass receptions for 56 yards, 1 carry for 38 yards, which equals up to the 24-7 lead that your Tioga Indians have right now, getting ready to start the second half. But make no mistake, Bill, here's what I know, talking with Coach Mooter. Last year, Tioga led at halftime.
Yep.
Maybe by not the margin. But again, don't think that these coaches went in there relaxed. They went in there saying, hey, this is what we've got to do. We've got to be able to take the ball, kick it off, shut them down on that first possession to start the second half, and find a way to score on the first possession for that offense.
Absolutely. Again, Malone to Johnson for a 17-yard touchdown. So Curvin Johnson's got one of the touchdowns. Kenny Ponche has the other 2 touchdowns, followed by an Ethan Bridges field goal. So that's what brings us to 24-7. Again, shout out to our buddy Owen Malone for the stats here. That's going to be our statistician for these home games. I looked over the wall and looked at him earlier because he told me he was going to do that for me tonight. So I was like, let me check on him. And I looked, and he's got his partner in crime over there writing everything down for him as he whispers in her ear and get kind of everything down. So we appreciate Mr. Malone. Of course, that's Case Malone's daddy, taking care of the stats for us on offense. So as we're about 26 seconds left off before we kick off, Tioga will be kicking off to Wossman here to start this third quarter. 24-7. Tioga leads Wossman here in this district opener for both teams on a Thursday night here at the reservation. And man, what an outstanding job by the offense and the defense there in that first half, Coach.
Yep, the defense was able to get a couple stops there in the first half, giving that offense an opportunity to put points on the board, and they did exactly that. We kind of sputtered out a little bit at the end right here, but the thing about it is you want to, every opportunity you get, we just need to get points on the board. We were able to do that after going up 14-7. We got that field goal to make it 17-7 and then got another touchdown right there before half. So, again, 24-7 to start the third quarter as Ethan Bridges is waiting for the white hat, which he just did, blew the whistle, and we're underway.
Here we go. Bridges kicks it deep. Going to be caught in the end zone, and a good touchback right there by Ethan Bridges, having himself another great night. It's always good when the other team can't run the ball back here. So appreciate it. Again, somebody made a comment asking, man, is it homecoming or something going over there? I love that question, that it feels like a homecoming game to you. But no, it's not. It's just district opener here at Tioga. Community day out here before the game. Of course, we got tents, all kind of jumpers set up for the kids' games and everything. We got the fans doing the wave, doing the all kind of stuff going on here. So, man, the atmosphere
but it is
nice.
Next week.
It will be next week.
Yep.
But I love that the week before, we start prepping the week before we get ready for homecoming here. Here we go, Wossman. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Long, looking left, and brought down. There it is. What a job right there by that Tioga defensive front.
No one else.
Is that, yeah, I'm trying to get a number on there. It looks to be, I think that's champion.
That's the Javian.
Yes, the Javian champion with a big sack here on the first play here in this second half.
Hey, I got an extra set of glasses if you need to borrow.
I'm almost there. If he would have turned around where I could see his number. Second and long way to go right here after the big sack by champion. They got to get almost to the basketball goals over here at the junior high. Second down here as they're going to quarterback keeper and a good pump fake right there by Long. Still on his feet, breaking tackles, gets all the way back to the 20-yard line, so a pickup of 10 yards gets him back to the original line of scrimmage.
Great job right there. They're running that straight speed option right there, and Long decides to fake it as if he's going to pitch it, and he kept it and made a couple moves. Good job right there. Again, you're talking about a young man's only a sophomore, so Wossman's got a great future ahead of him, along with those running backs and skill guys that they actually have there on the field. So, again, Long only a sophomore.
Here we go, 3rd and 10 now. Say 3rd and 11 for Wossman. Long drops back, throws it over the middle, throws it, and intercepted right there by Tioga. And is that Kentrell Bates? Yes, it is. Kentrell Bates with the INT, baby, to start it off and get that Tioga offense back on the field.
Great job by Bates just sitting in that zone as he was a too high safety, and he was just sitting there. So great job right there by Bates to catch it and fall down right there. He fell, and huge turnover right there by that defense to start the second half.
And here we go for that Tioga offense here. 10 minutes, 28 seconds left here in this third quarter. The defense makes another big play here and forces the turnover, the interception by Kentrell Bates, and it's going to bring that Tioga offense out led by Case Malone. Trying to put some notes on here as well because we got so many people to choose from for so many awards at the end of the game. They hand it off to the left side.
That's actually Curvin on the toss sweep. Actually, it's a pass, but he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, running that play into the sideline a little tougher compared to running it to the wide side of the field. Again, Curvin's going to come down here to the bottom of your screens by himself.
Hand it off to Kenny. Kenny hit immediately, but lunges forward, picks up at least 1 or 2 yards there. So hit in the backfield, but picks up positive yards, brings up 3rd down now for the Indians.
If you're Wossman, you're doing exactly what you want to do defensively. If you're the coaches on that sideline, big turnover right there, and they come back-to-back plays to make Tioga pick up no yards there. 3rd and 10, fake the toss.
There it is, Case. He fakes it. He's got coverage by Curvin, just thrown just out of the reach here. It's going to bring up 4th and 11 now for the Indians. So let's see what Coach Landry and them have dialed up for a 4th and 11 play here. I mean, you're almost kind of in like, do you want to punt for 20 yards? Do you want to try to kick a field goal here? What do you want to do here?
Well, Ethan's coming out, so I think if they do anything, they're going to go ahead and kick it or punt it.
Yeah, I think they're going to punt here.
I see owls here, so it looks like they may kick it. If they kicks it into the end zone, it's a touchback. But it looks like he's going to punt it. So either way.
Trying to find out. Look, AJ.
Yeah. And they're going to have too many illegal participation by the Tioga Indians, as he wasn't sure.
Yeah.
AJ wasn't sure what was going on.
5 more yards ain't going to kill nothing on the punt for sure. So they'll just back him up 5 more yards, and Ethan Bridges will have a little bit more room to see if we can try to pin them inside the 5 and let that defense get back to work. It's 9:37 left here in this third quarter. 24-7, Tioga on top of Wossman as Garrett drops down to that bottom half. Ethan Bridges with the punt. High punt. Oh, what a bounce. What a bounce. Look at a great job by Ethan Bridges. And they're going to all the way down to the 4-yard line. That's a heck of a punt by Ethan Bridges.
It is a great punt, and look who's down there. The captain himself, Tucker Landry. And Tucker's been under the weather this week, so it's good to see him hustling down there. Again, you don't talk about it a whole lot, but some of this, that bug caught this team this week, and so you had 8 to 10 guys having to miss practice and get as much rest as they could. It's so good to see them out here tonight again. Hydration and lots of fluids, and they did what they needed to do to be able to perform here on a short week.
Here we go. Wossman pinned back deep in their own He's about a yard into the end zone. They hands it off, fakes it, and then cuts back to the outside. He's got a little bit of room, and he's going to roll to the outside and pushed out of bounds. But a good job right there of picking up about 11 or 12 yards. It'll bring up another first down for Wossman.
Yeah, Joe Rose lost containment right there as the outside backer, and he was able to bounce it out there. Again, long, similar to the play earlier on the scramble. You've got to be able to make sure that you turn him back inside. Again, very agile runner. Does a great job when he's got the ball and he's on his feet rolling on the outside. So, again, got to contain that young man.
Quarterback keeper again. This time somebody's got him by the ankles. Let's see who it looks. That's Cohen Henry again. And it looks like we have an injury on the field. So while they take a look at that young man, we're going to take a break here. 9:07 left here in the third quarter. Tioga on top, 24-7. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Lori even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Here's an important message for everyone in Central Louisiana experiencing changes in their vision. If you've met this year's Medicare deductible and are experiencing vision changes due to cataracts, then
Welcome back, everybody, here. 9:07 left here in this third quarter as the injury hits Wossman there, and that is their quarterback, Mr. Long, seemed to be helped off the field, so they're going to have their backup quarterback now in the ball game for Wossman. They're going to have two receivers at the bottom of your screen, one at the top. Griffin is the lone running back. He calls for the ball, hands it off to Griffin. Griffin jumps in the air. Always dangerous to leave your feet there, especially with linebackers and safeties climbing up at you. But a pickup of a couple of yards brings up third down.
Yep, quarterback in, number 15. We don't have him on our actual roster. We'll have to find out who that is. But number 15 now in the game at quarterback for Wossman.
Third down now for the Wildcats as
Long comes back in.
Long comes right back into the game. And Kervin Johnson comes into the game for Trayshawn Fisher. And Kervin will be covering Kadarius Williams Jr., the sophomore wide receiver. Long looks to the left side, throws it, caught by number 9. That is Caden Sales, and that'll move the chains and be a Wossman first down.
Great job right there by Bates to converge after the pass was thrown. Again, not trying to get burned deep, playing very smart in the secondary. Force them to drive the ball down the field without making any mistakes. I'm sure that's what the message was. If they're going to get it, force them to put multiple plays together and put together a possession of plays before they score.
Man in motion is that tight end, number 80. And they hand the ball off to Griffin. Griffin falls forward. Tackle made by Sajavion Champion again, and it's going to bring up second down.
Well, they're able to, this big offensive line by Wossman's able to get to the level of the linebacker. So, again, you're getting one-on-one blocks by the offensive linemen on the D-ends and tackles. So those guys have got to be able to step up now and help that linebacking core make plays there at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Two receivers, bottom of your screen, one at the top here. Long fakes the handoff to Griffin, tosses it to number 4, and just bursts speed up there, and that's Jackson Tarver and David Garrett on the coverage. But that's going to move the chains and pick up another Wildcat first down.
Yeah, Garrett playing that safety position and Tarver playing the other safety position. They're playing press man with Kervin, so it's really they've got to worry about the slot receiver while Kervin's playing press man. A little different mix-up here. It looks like they're going to mix it up again where they're going to have fallout here over the number 2 receiver where Garrett's going to play a true safety position.
And
so it'll be 2-on-3.
So there as they get the yard markers down right here, 1st and 10, Wossman, and they start the clock back up. Hand the ball off to the left side. He's got some room. That's Griffin. Stiff arms. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Wossman Wildcats.
Great job right there by that Wossman offensive line as they guard and tackle pull. They ran the GT counter and was able to seal Garrett out. And what a great job right there by number 5, Griffin, to get inside the block and hit it down the sideline. Stiff arm Tarver. Tarver wasn't able to bring him down. And that puts another 7 points on the board for the Wossman Wildcats to close that gap to 24-13 with 6:44 left to go here in the third quarter. And Major lining up to kick the extra point to make it a 10-point game.
And there's the kick. It's up. And it is good. So 6:44 left here in this third quarter. Tioga 24, Wossman 14. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Welcome back, everybody. Here, 6:44 left here in this third quarter. Wossman with a long touchdown run by Griffin cuts the lead for this Tioga Indians team from 24 to 14 now. Only a 10-point lead now for the Indians. As Long, the quarterback, will be kicking the ball off here for the Wildcats. And they kick it off right up the middle. And that is Angelo Shelton with the recovery, and he hits the circle button on the remote. Whoop! And then hits by a host of Wildcat defenders, but gets the ball all the way back up to the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Indians.
Well, they let that ball hit the turf, and you know, when it hits the turf, it makes some funny bounces. Angelo decided to go ahead and go down. He didn't want to wait on it or wait on Hill to pick it up, so he picked it up himself and was able to get a decent return out of it.
1st and 10 now for the Indians. Ball spotted at that 35-yard line. Last possession for the Indians did not go the way they wanted here. Went backwards there. Had to punt the ball away, pinned them at the 4-yard line, but then Wossman was able to make that a beautiful drive all the way down to the end zone. So 6:36 left here in the third quarter. Case Malone calls for the ball. Hands the ball off to Kenny Ponche. Kenny runs to the right side, finds the seam to the outside as well, crosses midfield, and gets all the way down to the 46-yard line. And that'll be enough for a Tioga Indians first down.
Big run right there by Kenny Ponche to get around that corner. Great block out there by the receivers. They're doing a better job of blocking. Unfortunately, Kenny's going to come out. It looks like he might have fallen on the ball right there. So it looks like he's got the wind knocked out of him. But they're going to hand the ball back off to Tarver real quick, right up the middle. He's going to pick up 2 or 3 yards to make it 2nd and 8 for the Indians.
6:09 left here in this third quarter. That clock's going to continue to run. Case Malone dials up the run play as Jackson Tarver comes into the game. 2nd and about 9, we'll say 2nd and 9 here for Tioga. Case drops back, quick pass to Kervin Johnson. Kervin breaks one tackle, goes around to the left side. He got a lot of room. Kervin Johnson still on his feet. Kervin to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Kervin Johnson.
That little short bubble screen right there, getting the ball to Kervin. Nowhere to go in the short side of the field. He takes it all the way across, puts his foot in the turf straight up the middle, and he just ran right by every Wildcat that was standing in his way. Great job right there by Kervin Johnson to put the score now 30-14 with 5:38 left here in the third quarter.
Case Malone to Kervin Johnson for 47 yards and a touchdown. And again, Tioga gives up a touchdown, and they go right back there and get it right back here as Ethan Bridges gets ready to kick this extra point for the Indians. There's the snap. Kick is up. And the kick is good. 5:38 left here in the third quarter. Tioga strikes again. 30-14. Your Indians on top. We'll be right back on 446 Sports.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today, and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 2080 Chevron, Kingston. At Alexandria Solutions, we believe every strong community starts with healthy minds and healthy families. That's why we're proud to stand alongside Tioga High School as a corporate sponsor. We're here to support the Tioga Indians from the classroom to the playing field, because when students succeed, our whole community thrives. At Alexandria Solutions, we provide...
Welcome back, everybody. Here, 5:38 left here in the third quarter. Tioga on top, 31-14, as Ethan Bridges gets ready to kick off here. And let's see, it looks like he got another deep ball here, and that'll be another touchback by Ethan Bridges. And a big score here as Tioga gives up the 56-yard touchdown rush to Griffin. And then immediately Tioga comes right. Big carry by Kenny Ponche to the outside. Then a 47-yard touchdown pass from Case Malone to Kervin Johnson for the score. And that's where we're at, 31-14. This is a 446 Sports production of Tioga Indian football, brought to you by our title sponsor, Kingstop Chevron and 28 East Chevron, proud supporters of Tioga football here on 446 Sports. Also, shout out to our Thursday night coaches show sponsor, Quibinos. I know they're watching the game right there at the bar and at the restaurant, eating some steaks and having some drinks there. So appreciate Quibinos for all they do. And of course, shout out to Security Sporting Goods for making our uniforms here for game day. If you need one, call Josie and the crew over at Security as they throw deep and intended for the number 7, but good coverage right there by Trayshawn Fisher yet again.
Great job. That's the first time we've seen Wossman go for the home run ball on a first down. So great job right there by Fisher, not getting fooled and staying in the hip pocket of number 7 for Wossman. Woods. Yep. Again, we talked about these new pullover hoodie tops, short sleeved, the Bill Belichick look.
Yeah.
Billy wanted to be like Bill Belichick, so he got us the new look here. I know you said
I got a young wife that just like Bill Belichick too.
But we've had so many people comment on it. So again, Security Sporting Goods, thank you guys for taking care of us.
Absolutely. As he leaves his feet here and gets hit immediately. So dangerous to leave your feet right there to try to get that extra yard. But again, going back to, look, if you are interested in doing, all you got to do is call Security Sporting Goods, talk to Josie or Martin Ramirez, tell them you want the hoodie that Tioga 446 Sports has, and they will definitely be able to take care of you. Again, we appreciate Security. Not only have they been proud supporters of Tioga football and local high school sports, but it's my best friends that are they're over there. So please go by, tell them 446 Sports sent you, and they'll definitely take care of you. So here we go. Third down now for the Wossman Wildcats.
Big possession here for this defense.
And there goes Long, drops back, looking to throw, still looking, being chased down by Champion. It's Xavier Champion with a big sack at the 5-yard line.
Great job right there by Javian Champion. But you got to not only credit him, you got to credit that secondary for that pass coverage to force the Javian to blitz at the last second off that edge, contain Long, and make a huge stop right there to force Wossman to punt the ball deep in their territory with 4:18 and counting left to go here in the third quarter. 31-14, Tioga's up.
Big play right there by that defensive line of the Tioga Indians here.
And look who's back. Number 1.
Kervin Johnson here, and that's a bad punt, but it's going to be picked up. Kervin got it on a boat all the way to the 30. Kervin Johnson to the 10, 5, touchdown Tioga! Kervin Johnson!
Well, I didn't want to call it, but all I had to tell you was who was back there. Nobody on the coverage for Wossman, and Kervin Johnson goes 50 yards for the punt return with 3:52 left here to go in the third quarter. 37-14, waiting the extra point. Kervin Johnson, Mr. Utility. You talked about what did you talk about earlier in the year? The switchblade.
Yeah, a utility knife that can do absolutely everything. I said it again. I said it off the air. I talked to a lot of people, and I told you, I told Shane, I told everybody. I said, if Kervin Johnson is not the Sinlai MVP this year, something's wrong. And I'm telling you, he is living up to that hype right now, can do everything. And then when you throw him on the other side of the ball, on the defensive side, and how good he is on that one, it's very hard to match up anybody. It doesn't matter how good of a team you have. Hard to match up with a guy named Kervin Johnson.
You saw him do it last week against Mr. Cooper from Gina, who's one of the best receivers in the Sinlaw community. Again, Bridges with that extra point to bring the score to 38-14 with 3:52. But again, Kervin Johnson, you put him on the field, he's another one of those guys that doesn't come off very much.
No.
You don't ever hardly see him tap out. He did a couple times. The only time he tapped out last week, they scored a touchdown on us. He didn't come back out of the game. He didn't come out the rest of the game after that touchdown when Gina scored on that home run ball. Again, doing the same thing tonight, giving Tarver a break, who was filling in for Kenny.
Yeah.
Just give me the ball, and I'll do the rest. And I love it. I love the way that he's that team player, and he does whatever coaches ask him to do. Gets in the backfield, gets in the slot, gets out wide, goes man-to-man, plays in the secondary, punt return, kickoff return. Whatever you need him to do. You might be out here on the kickoff. I'm hoping he's not, but yeah.
You get the rest on special teams on the kickoffs. Here we go. Ethan Bridges again with the kick at the 40. This time again over the head of the returner, and another touchback here. 3:52 left here in this third quarter. Tioga extends their lead 38-14 here over Wossman. It is Thursday night football here at the reservation at a packed house. We got cheerleaders throwing. Let's see how good of an arm they have. They can try to reach it up here to the press box and hit me in the forehead. But man, well, I'm telling you, it's just been an absolute, again, worried all week. Of course, again, a lot of stuff that people don't know. A lot of sickness going through this Tioga team this whole week. Nobody hardly announced anything like that because, you don't want no excuses. You know what I mean? So Tioga kept it really in-house. Shout out to a lot of people that helped out and Dripsy and everything that they do as we're getting ready. And we got a timeout, I believe. Tioga. So Tioga will waste the timeout. Coach Crispin he's fired up over there. He ain't even looking at that scoreboard. I can promise you right there, he don't like wasting timeouts. But we'll keep it here.
Well, what's interesting is Coach Crispin is that old defensive guy, and boy, poor Tarver, just I don't know if his ear's probably ringing right now because he was laying into his ear as he was trying to get back out on the field. Again, that defensive mindset he's got. I always tell him, he's such a soft-spoken guy during the coach's show. He's so quiet when we're sitting there and talking, but we know he's got that other side too. He's got that gear of competitiveness and he's in excellence and the perfection he wants these Indians to compete at. And again, that's no more frustrating than anything else for coach have to burn a timeout because somebody's not paying attention on the sideline. And boy, I love it. He don't hold back. He lets them know it. And that's what they respect about him, and this coaching staff. They're going to hold him accountable, and they're doing a great job of doing that this year.
Absolutely, as Wossman comes out here 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Had a few posts on there saying, hey, we need some pictures. Go on our Facebook page, 446 Sports. You'll see the hoodies on there. So I feel like I'm just selling a whole bunch of stuff, but people are asking is the only reason I'm saying it. I don't get anything for that, I promise you that. But go to the Facebook. We did post them there earlier on. Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Long, steadily looking on that same side every time, being chased down by A.J. Adams. Thrown, intended again for number 80, incomplete. And Jackson Tarver in on the coverage for the Indians.
Great job by that defensive line. Again, nothing more frustrating than when you've got a bunch of arms in your face and you can't see down the field, and then you're not trying to put any pressure on him. So he's just constantly moving his feet, trying to find that open guy. The secondary has done an excellent job of mixing up coverage. They're going man on the outside sometimes, and then they're going zone middle. Sometimes they're going 3 deep. Sometimes they're playing press man across the board. So right now, really confusing Mr. Long in that Wossman offense.
Here we go. Quarterback keeper. No, they handed over the option. And a great job right there of reading that read option by Sajavion Champion here. He had both. It didn't matter who had the ball, was going to get tackled, either that quarterback or that running back. So good job by Champion here to hit him in the backfield.
You got to commit, make that defensive end, or actually Champion's playing outside backer really more than anything. He's in that 9 tech, which is outside that tackle. So he's playing them both because the quarterback's not truly committing to him. So great job by Sajavion right there. So here we go, 3rd and 9 for the Wildcats.
Here we go. 80 in the motion here for Wossman. Long, steadily looking on that right side every time, and just almost hit. That should be an incomplete pass, and it'll be out. But if you notice, every time he drops back, his eyes shift straight right. He never looks left. And he almost got blindsided right there.
He did. I'll tell you what, I don't know if that was Fogelman or Chase coming around that corner, but, man, if he'd have just held it on just a half a second longer, average 2.5 seconds, you better get rid of that ball. Yeah. He was in that time frame of just getting depleted here.
And look who's back at the 50.
Back again.
Here we go. Let's see if they kick it away from Curvin this time. And a little bit higher kick here. And they're going to kick it in a good Wossman bounce. It's going to roll all the way down to the 37-yard line. And out will come that Tioga offense. We'll keep it here as well. 2:46 left here in this third quarter. Tioga 38, Wossman 14. Looks like we got a full moon rolling tonight here at the reservation. Beautiful night of football. Nice little breeze blowing out there. We went and, of course, our producer Shane, he got here like 9 a.m. this morning. It felt like he got everything hooked up and ready to roll. So when we got here, we kind of walked around the community deal and got to see all the food and the vendors and everything. It was a great time here at the reservation. Tailgating getting bigger and bigger and bigger every year here at Tioga. So here we go. Case Malone in the shotgun. That is Ponche to his left. Two receivers top. One at the bottom is Curvin Johnson. They hand it off to Kenny. And Kenny's going to pull and forward progress should get him to the 41-yard line, and that's exactly where they spot it. Pickup of about 3 yards brings up second down.
Great job right there by Kenny to get behind that big offensive line, get that 5-yard pickup there on first down to make it 2nd and 5 here for the Indians with 2:23 and counting left, 38-14, 24-point lead. You want to continue to add points right here if you're the Indians to increase this lead, so let's see what we do here.
Case was going to throw looking left side here, but we've got.
Looks like it's going to be illegal pursuit. No, offsides.
On the defense. I like it. It's been I will say this. It's been a very, very good, very well officiated game here tonight so far.
This crew from West Monroe, they do an excellent job. And 2nd and short here, so it must have been 2nd and 6. So now it's 2nd and 1.
Case Malone calls for it, fakes the handoff. He's looking to pass, throws, steps up in the pocket, gets hit high, but throws a absolute laser to Curvin Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown. Case got hit right in the neck and still got the ball let go. Case Malone, my goodness.
Well, Case Malone's been out all week sick. And I talked to him at the coach's show a couple weeks ago talking about what maturity is all about. He stayed in the pocket, took one right on the chin, and dropped it into Curvin's hands, and Curvin did the rest to score his 4th. Is that his 4th touchdown of the night for Curvin Johnson? But what a great throw right there by Case Malone, taking that right on the chin. He knew what was going to happen, and he talked to me. He said, Coach, it's just all about doing what I need to do to help my team win. And right there, he just proved again that he's all about being a teammate and a team player.
That play right there is ridiculous. As he got hit right in the throat as Ethan Bridges with the extra point. It is good. Keep it here just for a second, guys. Look, man, I watched the whole play roll out, but I kept my eyes on Case on that particular play. And he literally got his head almost taken off and threw an absolute dart, and Curvin Johnson does the rest. So great. We're not taking nothing away from Curvin because that was phenomenal. Curvin is Curvin. But what a throw by the captain right there. Been sick all week. Last one, he was the one that was just shaking off a lot of people. No, if you're in the Tioga family, you know that Case got hit the hardest at the end of the week here. Everybody else kind of got it at the beginning of the week. Case had it as of last night, and came back, and man, what a throw right there by the captain quarterback.
Yeah, and you see Sajavian champion, and you see Narada go down there, and they're hugging Chase on the sideline and dapping him up. Of course, he's over there talking to Curvin. Curvin's probably giving him the inside scoop on the throw of how perfect it was. Dropped it right into the basket right there. He had great coverage by the Wossman defender, but again, Curvin with that speed, and for some reason, they're trying to play man-to-man on him, and it's just not working.
Here we go. 1 minute, 54 seconds left as Ethan Bridges kicks the ball off again into the end zone. And the touchback.
Yeah, well,
154. Look, y'all got to realize that our producer is also our cameraman, and he loves this game. His son plays here on this team, so sometimes he gets a little excited. So if it's not in the right spot, hey, we're doing our best that we can here. We love our producer, Shane Henry. He does way more than you think he has to do. Me and Coach Scully, all we really got to do is talk. I got to write down stats and scores. Shane does all the work here. So, of course, he gets excited. And, man, what a play right there by Case Malone to Kervin Johnson. Here we go. 1st and 10, Wossman now. 45-14, Tioga on top. They hand the ball off to Griffin. And look at Tarver Landry just throw somebody aside. And then the big fella, Mr. Chase Thomas, with the big tackle for a loss.
Chase Thomas having another great night for the Indians. Again, that interior line doing their job all night long, pressing those linemen back, getting into the face of Long and forcing him to not be able to throw the ball across the middle of the field, which is the goal for the Indians tonight, is keep the ball out of the middle, force them to throw it down the sidelines.
Here we go, 2nd now and 10 for Wossman. Long checks to the sideline here. What a play right there by Chase Thomas hitting that Griffin. Quick pass to the outside. Good job by Griffin, breaking tackle, still rolling out, and finally goes out of bounds. But a pickup of about 8 yards, maybe 9. It'll bring up 2nd down now and short. Or excuse me, 3rd down and short.
Yeah, Joe Rose made him change the direction. He made a good move on Joe, and then Joe was able to fall back in and force him out of bounds right there to make it 3rd and 1 from the 20, looks like almost the 30-yard line, 29-yard line.
Here we go, 3rd and short here for Wossman, as Rose will drop down into coverage here as we got 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Long looks to his coaches and sideline here as he gets to play in here with 9 seconds left on the play clock. Quick pass to the outside. They're going to hit that tight end, number 80, and he just falls forward and picks up the 1st down here. 51 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter. Tioga on top, 45-14 over the Wossman Wildcats as they're going to continue to run this clock here. Man, what a great night of football here for the Tioga Indians here at the reservation.
Yeah, 45-14, and, you know, the big concern defensively was, can we slow Wossman down, this high-powered offense they come in with? Can we slow them down to give our offense a chance to put points on the board? And that's exactly what the defense has been able to do tonight. Again, a lot of get to the line of scrimmage, check the defense, get the call from the sidelines, and here we go.
Tarver Landry directing traffic. They do the quick out again to Griffin. Griffin, good play call right there by Wossman here, and that's a pickup of about 12 yards.
Long pass right there for the a long pass because you're on this hash closer to our sideline to do that screen throw right there. But a great job, throw and catch to pick up a 1st down right there for Wossman.
4-3-2, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score, Tioga 45, Wossman 14. We're going to take a break here. This is 446 Sports, brought to you by Kingstop Chevron and 28 East Chevron, our title sponsors. We'll be right back.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today, and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 28 East Chevron, Kingstop, Fuel Plus, Ball Chevron, and Cougar Stop. At Woodman Life, we believe in standing strong for our communities because together we can build a brighter future. From supporting local schools with resources and scholarships to sponsoring programs that give children the tools they need to succeed, Woodman Life is proud to invest in the next generation. Our members live, work, and serve right here in your hometown, volunteering and making a difference where it matters most.
Welcome back, everybody, as we start the 4th quarter here. Tioga 45, Wossman 14. We're at the reservation, Toomey Ingram Field here in Tioga, Louisiana, here at Tioga High School on a full moon on a Thursday night football here at the reservation. As Wossman, 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line as Long claps his hand, looks to the sideline. We hadn't been all night. And there's that quick pass to the outside, number 7, Rose. And good job right there. Great tackle for Tioga by Trayshawn Fisher, having himself a night at that cornerback spot.
Fisher's done a great job over here. Again, putting him on an island by himself, especially to the short side of the field. Joe Rose right there to help him from the inside. But, again, they got in that quad, that 4x1 at the top. They don't be surprised they don't run a little screen pass right here, a little trickery for the Wossman Wildcats.
Here we go. Second down now for Wossman. Long in the shotgun. One receiver near side. And they throw that little screen. Almost picked off by Tarver Landry. But that's Griffin breaking tackles. And finally brought down by Trayshawn Fisher again. And he's going to step off the field. Or no, he's just going to run down to the spot here. He's limping a little bit, but that's another good tackle by Trayshawn.
Great job by Fisher to get across that field and to get him coming across. And great tackle right there. Save a touchdown for the Indians.
First down now for Wossman. Quarterback keeper, that's Long. He's going to run up the middle and hit by Jackson Tarver. And they're going to blow the whistle. Forward progress. We'll stop him right around that 33-yard line. It'll bring up second down for the Wildcats.
You got to love it. Coach Christmas down there talking Coach Thompson, that defensive side. You got Coach Thompson, Coach Prestridge, and, of course, you got Coach Mooter up in the box. But Coach Christmas still, into it, wanting to figure out why we've got to slow them down. And so, again, you can see that communication going on the sidelines. You got to love that.
Second down now for the Wildcats. Long hands the ball off to Griffin up the middle. Griffin gets hit by Sajavion Champion and hit immediately and only a pickup about 1 yard.
I'm not sure if they realize that there's a number 3 out there called Sajavion Champion. He's a defensive end. You can't miss him, but you got to block him. I mean, he's only 6'1", 218, but you got to put somebody on him because you can't just leave him unblocked. He's got too much speed, too good of a tackler not to have somebody put some hands on him.
Absolutely. Here we go. Third down now. Long again looks to the sidelines as we've got 4 receivers at the top of your screen, 1 at the bottom now. Talk about spreading formation here as Trayshawn drops back into coverage a little bit. And we got a whistle blown. It looks to be a timeout. Wossman. 9 minutes, 40 seconds left here in this ballgame. Tioga on top, 45-14, and we'll keep it here as well. Appreciate all of our sponsors. Of course, Kingstop Chevron, 28E Chevron, our title sponsor. Thank you to Quibido's. Quibido's watching. I know they're watching over at the restaurant right now, cheering on the Tioga Indians. Appreciate all of our sponsors. And if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, let us know. Reach out to me on Facebook. Of course, you know I am Billy French. You can always reach me, and we'll definitely get you taken care of. We'll make sure that, we take care of you. We have budgets for everything. We're not trying to make a killing. We're just trying to make a good quality production here. And, of course, the money that it costs to get the cameras and all this kind of stuff here. If you want to be a proud spotter, we'd love to have you sponsor Tioga football here on 446 Sports as we get ready here for a big, big third down here for Wossman.
Well, you got to believe this is going to be a 2-down possession with only 9:40 left to go on the clock. So if you're Wossman, you're just trying to get a couple yards just to make it, if it's fourth down, fourth and manageable.
Long drops back, looking to throw, trying to find somebody over the middle. And a good job by coverage right there by Kentrell Bates. Ball intended for Hargrove, incomplete, and it'll bring up a fourth down now for the Wildcats.
Well, actually, number 4, Hargrove, had a step on Bates and just was a little overthrown. Great pass right there by Long, but Bates closed in late. But I tell you, Hargrove, if he keeps running, he might catch it.
Yeah, good job by Kentrell getting that closing speed. So important as a DB or a safety, having that closing speed here, and they're going to go ahead and go for it. Fourth and about 6 for Wossman. And that noise is really bothering this Wossman team. And there's that throw to the outside. Oh, a missed tackle by Tioga, and they're going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Wossman.
Well, they went for all broke, trying to catch the ball or knock it down, and instead he missed it and ran right by him for the touchdown. Great job right there by Wossman. A little quick pass to get it out into the flats to let their receiver do the work, and he did exactly that.
Yeah, that
and it looks like
32.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we're going to have a personal foul and sportsmanlike roughing the passer call against Tioga. They'll put that on the kickoff. And, again, Wossman scores with 9:24 left here to go in the fourth quarter, 45-20. Your Indians are up. But Wossman on 4th and 5, what a great throw and catch right there by the Wildcats as Coach Dries is talking to his quarterback here. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
Shout out to the Indians from Kosovo. Appreciate Aaliyah Johnson. She watches every week from Kosovo. We appreciate her. Here we go, the 2-point conversion now for Wossman. Long directing traffic there. Throws it over the middle. And incomplete. So good job right there by Cohen Henry just to get his hands up on there to kind of make it tough for the receiver to make that catch. So the 2-point conversion is no good. 9:24 left here in this ball game. Tioga 45, Wossman 20. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on 446 Sports.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today, and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 2080 Chevron, Kingstop, Fuel Plus, Ball Chevron, and Cougar Stop. At Woodman Life, we believe in standing strong for our communities because together we can build a brighter future. From supporting local schools with resources and scholarships to sponsoring programs that give children the tools they need to succeed, Woodman Life is proud to invest in the next generation. Our members live, work, and serve right here in your hometown, volunteering and making a difference.
Welcome back, everybody, here. 9 minutes, 24 seconds left here in the ball game. Tioga on top 45-20 as Wossman goes down and scores. Looked to be a 32-yard touchdown catch as the Tioga Indians are getting ready, and they can you can tell they're very suspect right here on the little onside kick. And I don't know if that ever even got to the 35. No, I don't think that even got near where it needed to go.
It didn't, but what you got to worry about as an Indian, if you go and touch it and it's live, so unless you think it's going to die, and I'm not sure what they're talking about, unless somebody from
Indian touch it,
Wossman touched it.
And they're going to be a penalty on Wossman. Yep.
They're going to call offsides?
So they're going to mark it off again here and back them up and do it again. Like I said, I'm sure that
I don't see a flag on the line of scrimmage, though, so I'm not sure where it's coming from.
It came from the backside here. Yeah, right around that 25-yard line. White Hat's picking it up now. So here we go. They'll do it again, and I'm pretty sure you got Christian Isles, Kenny Ponche. You look it up on that front line. Tucker Landry, Cohen Henry.
You can believe Tucker's not worried about.
Look who's at the top of the 40.
Yeah.
You know, that's Case Malone.
There you go.
Look at on the uphill. He's like, kick it to me. Kick it to me. Let me run it back right here.
And right behind him is Kervin Johnson.
Oh, my goodness. Talk about the hands coverage right here, huh? Case Malone out there at the 39-yard line. Look at that. Here we go again. Let's see if they try that another onside kick.
He's offsides again if you're going to.
Oh, he kicked it right to Tucker. Look at Tucker Landry. Carry and play.
I told you that Big Tucker in the middle. Look at him. He's coming off. He throws the ball down. Again, another young man that was under the weather all week, and to see him out there playing 4 quarters, you can't do nothing but tip your hat. That's the competitiveness and the difference in this team this year. These guys and these seniors wanting it. These captains leading this team all the way. 9:16 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Tioga gets the ball on Wossman's own 40-yard line. Again, those moments can be scary, so great job by Coach Tripp and that special teams by getting that hands team ready to go. And even though it didn't look like they were going to kick an onside, they did it anyway. So great job right there by the Indians.
Tucker Landry with the kicked out low line drive kick here, trying to onside it, but they kicked it right in his stomach, catches it, never even misses a beat, and runs it back for another 20, 30 yards here. Again, they said, what would you do here? They're asking on the chat, what would you do after this call right here? Look, I'd run Kenny Ponche right here. I would
heavy dose of Kenny.
Heavy dose of Kenny here in this fourth quarter. And they're wore down. This Tioga offensive line has been able to get some push here lately. And I'm not afraid to let Kenny Ponche have it right here. And there it goes to the left side. Kenny Ponche and tackle made by Wossman. But a good job of picking up 3 or 4 yards, letting that clock run.
Yeah, great job. You could see he was trying to bounce it outside. He put his foot in the turf, cut back. What I did like what Kenny just did when he turned the corner, he did cover it up. So, again, unfortunately, last week he had a turnover, one of the few that he's had, and it was punched out when it was earlier in the game against Gina. So something he worked on this week was covering the ball up once he gets into a crowd instead of just trying to tuck it. He's now wrapping it up, so great job right there by Kenny.
Second down now for the Indians. Case Malone drops back in cover, throws it over the middle. He's got Tarver Landry into the end zone. Touchdown, Tioga! No, I don't think that's Tarver. Is that Christian?
That's Christian
I'm sorry,
Isles.
Christian Isles. You know I love you, buddy. When I saw the number, it looked like the 5. I apologize. Christian Isles with a touchdown score from Case Malone. Please don't get mad at me, Christian. You know I love you, buddy.
Big throw and catch right there. Again, they're leaving that middle open because they're trying to double team out there on the outside of the hash marks. And again, earlier in the game, it was Tucker. This time it was Christian to increase the score to 51-20 with 8:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Tioga's, again, been averaging 40 points a game. They put up 51.
What a great
52 now as Ethan Bridges kicks that extra point. The Tioga Indians 52, your Wossman Wildcats 20.
Man, what a absolute dart by Case Malone to Christian Isles. Takes it to the house, extends the lead. Ethan Bridges, Mr. Automatic Ethan Bridges with the extra point. It is good to go. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left here in this ball game. And, man, what a great night of football if you're an Indians fan, huh?
Absolutely. Again, met that average. And, when we were talking about this game earlier in the week, you and I and Shane, who could, and we talked about this when we were at Richwood. The only team we could base how good this Wossman team was when they played Richwood.
Yeah.
They actually beat Richwood 28-14, and we knew Richwood was good. So, again, when you got a great Wossman coach team like this group is here by Coach Dares, you got to know they're going to come in here and be competitive, and they have been very competitive. They've just not been able to put the points up like I know he's wanted to, but they've come in here, played a very clean game, played very hard. Just the ball hasn't bounced their way all the time. So, again, young quarterback in this Wossman Wildcat team, so the future is going to be extremely bright.
Ethan Bridges kicks it off. This time it will be caught at the 10-yard line, and it will return. That's Griffin again. Cuts back and holding on for dear life. It's Kenny Ponche with the tackle on special teams. Man, big players make big plays, don't they? It doesn't matter if it's in special teams, defense, offense. What a great job by Kenny Ponche.
You got to be extremely happy if you're this coaching staff for these guys to play the way they do. It's not just one, it's not two, it's this entire senior group that has just left it out all on the field every game so far this year, and they've done that when they started spring camp. Coach Crispin talked about it, and they continue to do it right here every Friday or Thursday night when we're out here playing.
Here we go. Long in the shotgun for Wossman. 3 receivers top screen, 1 at the bottom. They hand the ball. No, he keeps it himself and got some room. Still on his feet, and he's down across midfield to the 40, 30, and Long is going to make a long run here all the way into the end zone. And a big touchdown for Wossman and Coach he ain't
Coach
too happy.
Christman, he's not happy. Again, you think your offense drives all the way down the field. They do a great job of putting points on the board. They get an onside kick. Tucker does that, and then you give up one play. You give up a counter read to the quarterback. who goes, I don't know, what, 60 yards right there?
It was longer than that.
70 yards?
Yeah, it was like right around 75. Yeah, it was I think it was at the 25-yard line.
So, again, no quit here in those Wossman Wildcats. So, 52-26. They're going to go for 2 here to make it, try to put 2 more points on, make it 52-28 with 8:07 left here to go in the fourth quarter. A lot of ball, a lot of time left on this clock.
Here we go, 2-point conversion for the Wossman Wildcats here with 8:07 left in this fourth quarter. And they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here, so we'll keep it here as well, because I know as soon as we go to a commercial, Shane, it's going to come right back at us. So 8:07, man, look, defense giving up a couple big plays when you got a lead like that. It's you know, it happens. Coaches can't stand it, I know that, but it does happen. But I love the fact there was 2 things on that last play on the kickoff. Ethan Bridges was furious at himself that he didn't get a touchback on there. He came off the field shaking his head, mad at himself. He's over there kicking again and furious with himself, and that tells me right there that's a leader, a future leader of this team. Wants a touchback every time, and I love that as a special teamer. And 2, I love the aggression by Coach Landry on this offense. They're even with up 20, 30 points, we're still throwing the ball on second down.
Well, and I think he knows that you've got to do that because Wossman can score quickly just like the Indians have all season. So, again, you can't be conservative or you can't try to run the clock out. You got to play your game, and that's their game.
Here we go, man in motion. They're going to hand it off to 7, and they slip back to a flea flicker, and nobody's biting, and he's going to carry it to the outside. He's got a little room and that speed, and the 2-point conversion is good, and a late flag is going to come in, and that's going to be a late hit after he had already got into the end zone.
Yeah, they're going to get Sherman on this one as he hit the guy after he had already scored a touchdown. So, again, that's going to go on the kickoff. This game is not over with yet, Billy, as it's now 52-28 with 8:07 remaining. And now Wossman's going to get a 15-yard penalty to kick this ball off. So you would think that they're going to come out and onside kick it again just to continue to have an opportunity to give their offense the ball back.
And so you know that hands group's going to come in there again, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Wossman do the onside kick. As I'm glad I'm not a cheerleader or a dance line, because you know they have the little leg kick for every point scored. 52 is a whole lot of leg kicks.
Well, I'm not sure. It looks like they got an entire new group out there, so I'm gonna
look, y'all do half, we'll do the other half. We'll break it in shifts.
I think they're trying to break it up a little bit.
8:07 left here in this ball game. 52-28. Tioga on top of Wossman here on a Thursday night football here at the reservation. Again, stay tuned after the ball game. We're going to have our 446 Sports Player of the Game, our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game, and our Express Employment Professionals Lineman of the Game. Again, big ups to all of our sponsors here on 446 Sports. Thank you so much for all that you do. As we're getting ready for kickoff here, ball is now at the 45-yard line of Tioga because of the penalty. And let's see what Wossman's going to do here. I mean, it doesn't matter. You give Tioga the ball at the 5-yard line, 25-yard line, or the 40-yard line, they're going to score.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see if I can try to steal a possession right here, do a little onside. And they're just going to pooch kick it and give it to Tarver at the 20. Jackson Tarver dancing, still on his feet, and finally brought down all the way down to about the 38-yard line. And it'll bring out that Tioga offense here with 7 minutes and 58 seconds. Again, next week we will have our coaches show, but it'll be at the Columns. It's homecoming. We're going to be there for the homecoming parade. We're going to have a lot of local celebrities come talk to us, like Holly Pace, Tioga Junior High softball, basketball coach. She'll come out there and talk to us a little bit. We'll have some dance line coaches and dance line members, cheerleaders out there. We're going to have a good time at the Tioga homecomings. We'll be at the Columns. Come by and say hello to us. Of course, Quibidos will come over and bring us some food, and as well as and Tioga's going to go ahead and snap the ball with Wossman taking their time getting there, and they weren't even on the field yet before Tioga. And that's just smart play right there by that Tioga offense.
Yeah, they're going to continue to do what they do, and we just talked about that a few minutes ago. No let up in them. They don't know any other way to play but play fast, and that's exactly what this Tioga offense is going to do. Again, 52-28, a lot of points being scored in this game, but a lot of points being scored here in the second quarter.
What did you have the over-under at it, Coach? I mean, did you have it at 80,
No,
80
I actually
points?
didn't. I felt like we could score 40. I thought we could hold them to about 20, but, again, 8 points here or there.
Yeah. Case Malone, again, handoff to Kenny Ponche. Kenny cuts back up the middle, runs into that defensive front here and gets pulled back here, but forward progress is going to get him just about 2-3 yards short of the first down marker as the clock continues to run here. 6 minutes, 57 seconds left here in this fourth quarter with Tioga up 52-28.
Well, you got to, if you're Tioga, you got to continue to find ways to move the ball. You got to find ways to mix it up without putting too much pressure on your quarterback. Again, this guy's been out all week. He probably hasn't even practiced a day this week. So, again, Case coming back today, being able to be in this game was a miracle.
Ponche again with the carry, this time to the left side. Breaking tackles, Kenny Ponche. And that carry is enough for a Tioga first down as Tarver Landry gets his leg rolled up on again, but gets up. And Kenny Ponche comes out of the game. Jackson Tarver comes in and look at Bryson Fall saying, get out of the game.
Tarver's giving a thumbs up, but his dad's not buying it. Coach Christmas not buying it. They're going to take him out. Again, 52-28. This young man had a scare last Friday night, so you don't want anything to happen to him again. Recovering from a major knee injury last year.
Here we go. They hand it off to Jackson Tarver. Tarver breaks the tackle, goes to the right side, spins around, falls forward all the way down to that 37-yard line. And that looks like to be enough for a 10-yard gain. That's going to be another Tioga first down.
Well, great mark right there by the officials, but we'll take it. Yep, so 1st and 10. Good job by Tarver to keep the ball in the middle of the field, get behind his blocks, running that little kick play that they love to run right there offensively. So, again, 5:28 and counting for the Indians here in the fourth quarter, 52-28. Your Indians leading here at the reservation.
Case Malone in the shotgun. That is Jackson Tarver to the left here. 2 receivers on the right side. They give it to Tarver. Tarver cuts back up to the middle, to the left side, back up to the middle, still on his feet. And Jackson Tarver is so hard to tackle. He's just like a menace, He's just spinning around left, right, and you can't do nothing with him.
Well, I can promise you, he doesn't want to come back on the sidelines after Coach Crispin got him earlier. So he said, look, just let me stay out here. Kenny, you go on the sideline. Let me run the ball, get myself out of the doghouse a little bit here. So you got to love it. I know he's not in the doghouse, by the way. I'm just messing. But you got to love the excitement that you have by this coaching staff and the expectations of this coaching staff and the expectations of these players in this team right now. They want this win.
Here we go. Case Malone hands the ball off again to Tarver. Tarver cuts to the outside. Tarver stiff arm and brought down by number 1. That is Dexter Major. Going to bring up second down.
Well, you talked about it in the pregame, the redemption. Last year they went up to Wossman. They were actually leading at halftime. And then Wossman actually came back and won the second half and won the game. So, again, this is one of those games they had circled on their schedule.
Yes.
And they've done a great job of focusing on the team that they're playing that week, not looking ahead. And they've done exactly that again tonight. They've done it all season long. With every team that they've lost to, they've been able to beat, except for Sterlington. So what a great job by this team to stay focused.
Case rolls out again, throws, caught, still on his feet. Into the end zone, touchdown, Tioga! Christian Isles with another touchdown score.
Great job right there by Christian to get out in the flats. Pitch and catch from Malone to Christian for a touchdown. And I didn't expect us to score this many points.
Oh, I love it. I'm loving it right now.
(58-28) with 3:48 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Ethan Bridges comes out for the extra point here. There's a snap. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 59-28. Tioga on top here with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left here. 5th touchdown pass by Case Malone tonight. 5th.
Unbelievable. That's young man. Again, we talked about it earlier. We've talked about it most of the night. Not being able to practice all week because of having that little bug. And look at these guys. Coach Chrisman out there high-fiving all these guys, Christian and A.J. Adams, and just this entire team. What an effort that they've shown all night long after a tough week. Like Coach Muter said, it was a tough week of practice with so many people being down, but they showed no indication that there was anything wrong, these Indians. They've come out and played hard and been able to put 59 points up against a very good Wossman Wildcat team. Makes a very big, huge statement about how good this Tioga team really is, Billy.
Case Malone with a Michael Jordan-esque effort here, being sick like that, coming in here and throwing 5 touchdowns. I don't even know, the yardage is over 300 yards passing. And we'll have those official stats here at the end of the game. But my goodness, just absolute, just tough win here for this Tioga team. It's not over by any means, but it's going to be hard to come back by 31 points here with 3 minutes and 48 seconds as the ball goes out of bounds. And we'll keep it here as well. But again, stay tuned at the end of this ball game. We'll have our 446 Sports Player of the Game, our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game, and of course our Express Employment Professionals Lineman of the Week here. Appreciate all of our sponsors. Again, everybody watching. I hope people at Quibidos are still watching on the live stream here, even though the scores kind of got out of hand. Make sure you go Thursday nights, man. They have steak night over there as well, and it's fantastic food. Antonio and the crew at Quibidos, big and proud supporters of Tioga football and 446 Sports. As Wossman comes out here again, ball spotted at the 35-yard line. 3:48 left here in this ball game. Tioga on top, 59-28.
And here we go. Wossman comes in. Long's coming in at quarterback again. Alongside Long will be Griffin in the backfield, and they get in the pistol now.
Man in motion again. That is Woods. And they hand it off to Woods. Wood cuts back up to the back to the middle, and Champion again with the tackle. This time, instead of in the backfield, it's about 10 yards past the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a Wossman first down.
Yeah, great job right there, just running a speed motion, zigzag coming back across, and hand off and running that inside counter for Wossman. Seems to be working very well for the Wildcats right now.
Here we go. Long fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself, falls down, and then runs into, my goodness. What a tackle right there. That's Wesley Sherman.
And Chase Thomas.
That's Terry Fogelman.
Terry Fogelman?
Yeah, that's 69
on
the left edge, yeah. Terry Fogelman and Sherman on the time. They're going to swap ends right there.
Sorry about that, Terry.
Big hit right there by both of those guys there. Brings up third down. And Griffin's going to go to the left side, and Long looks to be a little confused here. Quarterback keeper, and he's going to keep it himself. And he's hit again by Fogelman. And a big hit by Terry Fogelman.
That is a big-time hit by Fogelman. I think he not only did Long lose his feet, Fogelman hit him pretty hard right there. So a great job by Fogelman. And it looks like it's going to be 4th and short as they're going to hurry up and come to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback under center.
And they're going to move the wide receiver down a little bit here. And it looks like Tioga might have jumped.
But they didn't get it.
Nope. The quarterback thought they did, but it didn't here. Quarterback keeper. He'll keep it to the outside. Still on his feet, and he'll fall forward, but tackle made by Trayshawn Fisher. But that will move the chains and be a first down for Wossman.
Great job right there by Wossman to get that first down and keep their possession going here with 1:48 and counting left to go here in the fourth quarter. Your Indians 59, Wossman 28. Back into this quad formation. Quads at the top, one receiver down at the bottom. As Long looks to the sidelines to get the call from the offensive staff. Calls for the snap. Quick screen out to your left.
And there's that screen pass to the wide receiver. Tackle made by a host of Tioga defenders. Catch made by Cage, number 80. And that'll keep the clock rolling here. And now they're going to stop it here with 1:15 left here in the fourth quarter. And again, stay tuned after the ball game. We'll announce all of our players, the awards like we do at every ball game here as the clock continues to run now with 1:11 left here in this ball game. 59-28, Tioga on top of Wossman here. What a football game by this Tioga Indians team, offensively, defensively, and special teams. As Long drops back here, he's going to, in the shotgun all by himself, looks right, then passes left, throws that little screen pass to the outside, breaking tackles. And at this point, tackle made right there by Kentrell Bates. At this point, if you're Tioga, you're just trying not to get anybody hurt here in this final 40 seconds.
Yeah, and you want to keep your guys out there because that's just the pride that they have in this defense. They're going to keep their best guys out there. They know with 36 seconds left, they're going to try to get one more play under.
Long throwing it deep. Trayshawn Fisher and Griffin, and catch is made by Griffin at the 5, and then he stands up and makes come on, buddy, look at the score.
Well, poor Fisher, he misplayed the ball right there. Again, they're trying to do whatever they can to put more points on the board in Wossman. So Long quickly up to the ball. The clock starts with 20 seconds and counting.
Long in the shotgun. Drops back. He's looking to throw over the middle. Incomplete. Intended again for Griffin.
Everybody safe travels.
And it's going to be 9 seconds left here in this ball game. And I'll tell you what, this quarterback Long for Wossman, sophomore, he's going to be good. He's got some talent. There is no doubt about it. Of course, he's young. And it's going to be fun watching him grow because we get to play him every year. We'll be at Wossman next year, of course, and the atmosphere over there is electric. I love it. It's like me, of course, my son played at Southern University. It's like going to a Southern game, especially if it's homecoming night. As Long, quick throw, and in and out of the hands. Rose on the coverage here with 5 seconds left here to bring up 3rd and goal to go now for Wossman. Yeah, so they're lined up ready to roll. If you can see right there at the midfield, this Tioga team, they're ready. So is Wossman. They got the drive back home on the 165 back north.
And school tomorrow.
And I think Rapides is out of school tomorrow, right? Or they do have school. They're out. Yeah, they're out of school tomorrow. I thought so. They don't get 2 weeks like you, Coach, but they're off tomorrow. But
True.
Here we go. Long over the middle. Caught by Griffin. And that is made it. Touchdown. Wossman here. Griffin with the score. And they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. So if you had the spread around that 25 mark, Vegas is they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing here. So they're going to go for that 2-point conversion here.
I'm glad we don't have to worry about that. Great job right there, though, by Wossman to find a way to get another score on the board. Again, offensively, you want to continue to make progression, and that's exactly what Wossman's been able to do tonight against a very good Tioga defense.
And they're going to quickly throw it out there, and Griffin with the 2-point conversion. It is good. So 59-36 now, Tioga on top. And with 2 seconds, and I can hear some coaches going on in there.
Coach Mooter still up here in the box just coaching his tail off. Of course, Coach Chrisman not very happy down on the sidelines because you don't want to do that as a defense. You don't want to give up just this kind of yardage, and you don't want to give up this kind of points because you're not playing all out at the end, and that's the frustration. They just relax too much.
And they'll go ahead and kick the ball off here, and that'll just probably be enough to get it.
Again, stay tuned for your players of the game tonight, as you'll have we'll have a player of the game, we'll have a cool play of the game, and then we'll have our lineman of the game. And we'll talk about that after a quick break and come back and give those players to you here at the end of this game.
2 seconds left here in this ball game as Wossman gets ready to kick it off here. And imagine Tioga will just touch it and kind of let the clock roll out there, and that'll be the ball game. And let's see what Long will do here for Wossman. And it'll be just a little pooch kick caught, and he will just run it out in the clock here. And that is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Your final score, 59-36. Tioga defeats Wossman and becomes 1-0 in district play. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and then give all the awards here. Thank you so much for watching here. We'll be right back after this break. 59-36, Tioga wins on 446 Sports.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today, and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 2080 Chevron, King Stop, Fuel Plus, Ball Chevron, and Cougar Stop. At Alexandria Solutions, we believe every strong community starts with healthy minds and healthy families. That's why we're proud to stand alongside.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a final here at the reservation. Tioga 59, Wossman 36. And the Tioga Indians start the district play here with a big, big victory here at Toomey Ingram Field here, 1-0 on the district with the defeat of the Wossman Wildcats. And, Coach, what a game here on all three phases of the ball game. They just played really good tonight.
They did. They played really good. You know, they came out and did exactly what Tioga's done all year. They came out, put points on the board early. Wossman came in, you know, it was back and forth for most of the night. Great job by this coaching staff. Great job by these players to not let this game get away from you with such a tough week of practice for these Indians. Like Coach Mooter said before the game, 4 days has seemed like 8 days because it was such a long week of practice. And again, you know, you got to tip your hats to this team. You got to tip your hats to this coaches. Keep everybody focused on what needed to happen. A huge win tonight to go 1-0 in district. The second phase of the season has begun, and it's 59-36, another revenge game that the Indians take tonight, and they've been doing that all year as they've been making up for those losses they had last year by taking care of business on the field. And let's go ahead and talk about our players of the game, Billy.
Our 446 Sports player of the game, none other
than the quarterback, Case Malone. 5 touchdowns, over 300 yards passing. Had not practiced all week due to the flu bug that he had. You got to tip your hat to that young man. Took a shot in the jaw in the middle of the game. At the middle of the game, he took a shot in the jaw, was able to recover from that. Threw a beautiful pass to Curvin for a big touchdown there to continue to keep that increased lead. But you got to tip your hat to that young man. What a gutly effort. I mean, I can't even get it out. So impressed with that young man and his effort tonight.
I've watched that young man playing ball since he was 4 years old. I've never seen a effort like he gave tonight here with all the injury and the sickness that he felt all week long. Again, not coming to practice. Really started to finally feel a little bit better today, this morning, after going to the doctor and everything. He comes out here and throws for 300 yards, 5 touchdowns, not including what all the rushing. He had 4 rushing attempts as well. So Case Malone is our 446 Sports player of the game here. Well deserved to that young man. Our Southern Air Cool play of the game. And this was back and forth all night here. We had I wrote down like 5 or 6 things that could have done it. We had the Bates interception earlier in the game was awesome. So Javion has been lights out back there with sacks. But when the onside kick kicked it to our senior center and long snapper hit him in his chest, and he ran back and ran another 35, 40 yards. What a heck of a play. So Tucker Landry, the onside kick return, is our Southern Air Cool play of the game. And, of course, our Express Employment Professionals. You had one job, and this young man did a great job and really came on strong at the end of the ball game. Coach, and now it's our Express Employment Lineman of the Week.
Lineman of the Week, Mr. Terry Fogelman. What an unbelievable job he did tonight. You've heard his name several times tonight. but he did a great job of maintaining that line of scrimmage, maintaining that edge, not allowing Mr. Long, who had a terrific night for the Wossman Indians, but when he came to Terry's side, Terry did a great job of shutting him down, keeping him contained, and he made some pretty big hits throughout the night. And that one of those linemen, those unsung heroes that you don't hear his name very often because he's always there on the play. But what an excellent job he did. You got to tip your hat to that young man, along with the other linemen. But tonight, Terry, he stood out to us, and what a great job. Very proud of him. Again, he's one of those other selfless players, Billy, that you don't really hear about. You don't hear his name all the time, but, man, when he just does his job. He shows up with that lunch pail, and he's just that lunch pail guy. He just shows up and does everything he's supposed to.
13 for 16 for 300 yards passing. Case Malone, 5 touchdowns. Kenny Ponche, 102 yards on 22 carries and a touchdown. 2 touchdowns, I believe, yeah. Christian Isles, 2 catches, 56 yards, 2 touchdowns. Christian had a great night. Jackson Tarver, 4 carries, 31 yards. And Tarver Landry, 51 yards receiving. Those are all unofficial stats. Thanks to our buddy, Mr. Owen Malone, statting for us on the offensive side. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Big win here tonight. 59-36, Tioga defeats Wossman. And a heck of a night for both of the defense and the offense, and special teams played light out. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you, our title sponsor, Kingstop Chevron at 28 East Chevron. Proud title supporters of Tioga Indians football on 446 Sports. My name is Billy French. I absolutely appreciate everybody tuned in tonight. For our producer, Shane Henry, and for my partner, Coach Thomas Scully, thank you, everybody, for tuning in on 446 Sports. God bless you, and
go Indians.